For the fourth time, Nova Scotia is hosting the Canadian Women's Curling Championship, but for the first time not in Halifax. We are in Sydney for the Scotties. Last year's first ever wild card winner did not disappoint. Carrie Einarson will become part of the Scotties Tournament of Hearts. Riding that momentum all the way to the final, Carrie Einarson fell one game short of the ultimate prize. Last year, Casey Scheidegger also burst onto the scene, storming through the round robin, but it just wasn't enough, barely missing out on the playoffs. This year, for one, the dream continues, while for the other, there will be no shot for redemption. It is the wild card game. It is now. Centre 200 here in Sydney is our home for the entire Scotties. Opened in 1987 for the Canada Winter Games, and this week Canada Winter Games are underway in Red Deer, Alberta, and we want to wish all the competitors over the course of the 2 weeks all the very best. As we say hello Canada, welcome to Sydney. Cheryl Russ alongside. Scotties officially starts tomorrow with 16 teams, but we only know 15 at the moment, divided into two pools. Headed by Rachel Holman, the Olympian, seeded #1, outstanding season she had, and Jennifer Jones, the defending champion, heading Pool B, and of course trying to win a record 7th event. So now we have this play-in game, and the two teams competing, Casey Scheidegger against Carrie Einarson, the two top-ranked teams in the country, other than those that are in the field already. Well, Carrie Einarson and her team from Gimli, Manitoba, last year in this very situation, albeit with a different team, but look what she did with it when she won the game.
Oh, did she ever. And I think if you knew you were winning this game, you would play it every time. It's an advantage. You get an extra practice, you get an extra game, and you start the Scotties one game ahead of the rest of the field. So the precedent has been set. You get through this game and you've got an awfully good chance to be in that final.
Casey Scheidegger, her team from Lethbridge. A difference in a year, you bet. Last year she was the Alberta champion. Struggled somewhat this year, Russ, but you know, you win this one, then all is forgotten.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's all about this one. A bit of a sophomore jinx compared to the year before. What concerns me is the Alberta Playdowns itself. Cruising right along, undefeated. They get to the A final, lose. They get to the B final, lose. They get to the C final, lose. Vic, it's time to make the final, or they're going home.
That's my boy, just like I taught you. When we come back, it is the play-in game here at the Scotties.
The 2019 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by Cashmere Bathroom Tissue. Nothing feels like cashmere. The 2019 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by Tim Hortons, official coffee of curling Canada, by Home Hardware, Here's How, and by New Holland, #TogetherBlue.
Well, a wonderful crowd on hand. It's an evening where it's a free of charge, although they asked you to make a donation here to support the curling in Sydney and on Cape Breton. Time to meet the teams now. It's brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. Team Scheidegger from the Lethbridge Curling Club with Casey Scheidegger, Christy Moore, Jessie Hyen, and Carrie Ann McTaggart. Team Einarson is from the Gimli Curling Club, skipped by Carrie Einarson with Brianne Mayer, Shannon Burchard, and Val Sweeting. Scheidegger will play the red stones, Einarson the yellow. And Einarson did win the draw to the button, and so she will have the last rock. She'll have the hammer here in the first, and so brushed down by Casey Scheidegger. And to get us underway, this wild card game, play yourself into the Scotties. This is lead Christy Moore.
I was talking to Christy in the airport when we were flying in here, and she said, you know, last year they got directly into the Scotties, and they kind of commented about the wild card game. Why doesn't the top team just come in? And she said, I'm really happy there's a wild card play game this year because we're in it.
She's changed her vote.
Completely.
What a big game, though. It's, you know, both these teams, everybody keeps saying who's going to win, yada, yada, yada. Einarson on paper's got a little bit better season for sure, especially at the start of the year. But it all goes out the window. You know, you drop the puck, and who's going to be able to handle that pressure because somebody going home.
What do you think of this strategy? Center line goes up by Scheidegger, and Einarson will play to the wings.
Yeah, I love this. I think, you know, a lot of teams are playing this shot to try to not early in a game have to go all out offense to the center. So gives them a chance. The other team is typically not going to ignore it, so it pulls the play away from the center.
Let's take a look at the keys to the game, and we'll start with Casey Scheidegger.
Well, communication in such a big game like this, the rocks, the speed, the curl, you got to be talking out there, the pass, the shape of the ice early. Is it dished a bit? Is it high in the middle? You can't, there's no second to advance here. You've got to go. You've got to figure this out early. So keep talking out there. And with this particular team, they love to hit. So hit. That's what they have to do to win. That's how they get there. Yep. Just go with your strengths.
It's not up, okay?
Hard on the roll, Kara.
Good.
Rolls it towards the center line, sits on the edge of the 8. Now the keys for Carrie Einarson.
Well, I think for Carrie, they have to stick to the plan and how they got here. In sudden death games, teams get caught up in the fear of losing rather than what you need to do to succeed. And so stick to the plan, your routines, and let that outcome take care of itself. And then you also talk about the steal advantage. Carrie Einarson comes into this event scoring 8.5 points a game. They're the #1 team at scoring. They're also the #1 team at stealing. So that's how they're putting those points on the board.
Keys to the game are brought to you by Cashmere. Nothing feels like Cashmere. Getting a little closer to that center guard.
Wait's nice.
Jesse Hyen.
Right now.
Both these teams have such a wonderful hitting ability. That's you've got to be careful with this type of shot. Whoever makes that roll first is going to have a huge advantage.
Good. Okay.
And we'll roll it away towards the outside. Jesse, of course, is Casey's sister.
Both takeouts here, both skips taking just about 0 ice, so it's pretty straight outside in this early. That's fairly common. When the ice freezes, it tends to freeze in the middle, a little bit higher in the middle, no different than an ice cube. And the off to the sides where the foam is absorbs a bit of water. It can easily be a hair high early in the event.
Well, and I talked about this being an advantage to play this game, but the only disadvantage that I didn't speak about was that you are playing on a first game on this ice. Sometimes you don't know, you don't get maybe the best surface.
Board, I think. Like board or the 10-5?
10-5.
Oh.
Just keep bringing the weight down a little bit, you know, instead of moving the broom around too much, bring the weight down. Let the brushers be brought into it. They can get some curl maybe at the end to try to get that roll.
Whoa. Oh no. Clean. Go, Care, try. Yep, hard, Care. Hard, Care. Hard. Go, Chris. Go,
Maybe
go,
this
go, go,
time
go.
we'll roll it halfway. Now sitting top edge of the 8, but it's there for the taking. First team.
Oh, back.
Yeah.
Team with Hammer is going to keep away from that center guard. If you do roll Barry, now it is high enough, but if you do roll underneath, you're bringing the play to the middle. You don't really want that in #1 with Hammer.
And then the other thing too is you're rolling under the opposition stone too, right?
You are. You're almost throwing double center guards then. You might just loop around it.
Hard, 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 hard. Good.
Now hang around, and it does.
Shannon could be real key here, Cheryl. She's the defending champion in this event. We can't forget playing with the Jennifer Jones team and showing up and playing as well as they did to spare for Caitlin Laws. But that was a little wide out of her hand, but she didn't overthrow it under pressure and just light enough to hang in the paint.
Third stones here in this first, and Carrie Ann McTaggart. A year ago at the Scotties in Penticton. Peyton Laws was playing with John Morrison, winning gold medal in the mixed doubles. Look at this, look at this. Oh, what a wonderful roll. Great way to start for Carrie Ann McTaggart.
She is, this is a player I don't think that gets enough attention. She's one of those really solid players. She can make these hit and rolls, but she'll come up with a great freeze or a pistol draw to put some pressure on the opposition.
I liked it.
Maybe half a stone still showing.
It was hard to call because you were hitting so little of it and they were throwing down weight.
Down, down, pass, flow it.
There should be a little bit of fresh pebble here.
Clean. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Brianne, hard for a piece of it. Hard. Hard.
Get it by that center guard. They do enough to make contact. Come over enough. Oh, and just touch it. And just touches it to the back edge of the 8.
It's straight, Cheryl. Very straight.
It's not. There's not any movement.
It's only the draws that are curling, which is fine. They just, both teams are going to have to make that adjustment.
Well, let's see here, Russ. The brush from Casey Scheidegger is down just outside the edge of the 8.
Yeah, so that gives you what? Just a fraction more than 4 feet of curl. I'm not sure it'll get fully to the center line, though. But anything heavier than like a boardish or running pretty straight. Still got a ways to go to get middle center.
And now the big carry for Hyen and Moore. A little bit more, and they'll tuck a piece underneath to sit the 2 without last rock.
Makes it a little more interesting then, because now you look at that. You don't have to be buried so perfect when you don't get as much curl, because it's just as hard. It's harder even to chase with a run.
My first thought was that way, yeah.
Just a little high side on the center line side. If you do get that one that was just thrown, you might get the third one.
Yeah. Whoa, pause. Whoa, pause.
Val Sweeting.
Curl.
Curl up.
Get it.
Get one, no. And she'll just a glancing blow on the way by, so it's still
Oh, that was close. Really close.
Scheidegger sitting the 2 without last rock.
Great throw. Close, yeah.
Still an advantage for the Einarson team to open the center
My
up.
first one just didn't do
Oh,
Was that an indication too, Russ, again, of how straight it is with up weight?
Yeah, I think that's what you have to do as a young skip is you know, first of all, you believe your eyes, but look at the results. History will tell you what's happening. Other than Carrie Ann's perfect hit and roll, everything's been missed wide.
top 4 at least.
Yeah,
And
I know. I got a 15 on it.
You heard her say, Val, it just ran. Did I see them playing the tap back on this? Is that what they're playing?
they are.
Okay. So trying to tap back the stone center line, top edge of the 8. Casey Scheidegger went 7-4 a year ago in Penticton as the Alberta champion.
It looks like a lot of ice for the tap.
Yeah, for sure.
Len's getting good. Jesse's strong. Go. Close. Yep, you can go, Jess. Go, Jess. Help her, Chris. Go. Hard.
Hyen
Go, go,
first.
go. Little separation.
Yeah, a little separation, bounces it back. But
Definitely too much ice. They had to wait forever. They would love to tap that a couple more feet.
Yeah, and I think if they'd been able to go, Russ, it would have been close for weight.
would you have been wrong, Cheryl, to maybe play the draw, the outturn draw? You've played that outturn draw a couple of times rather than play the tap back.
No, not at all. I think that would have been the better call because the hits are so straight. Now you're guessing with that mid-weight tap where to put the broom, but you do know where to put the broom for a straight draw. So it might have been the better call. Just early in the end, still trying to figure it out.
Close.
Normal.
Yes, whoa.
Yeah, all the way to the final a year ago, losing to Jennifer Jones. Run it back at 1.
Okay, Kara.
And we'll spill 2. So nice shot, but it still allows here to Scheidegger to maybe force here in the first.
Yeah, a couple things there. You want to hang around. If you get a mistake out of Scheidegger, then you might get your blank, and also gives the other skipper a chance to draw here and get some feel.
Close, then.
through like top 12.
Just splitting the rings?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, open side.
Would you ever think of playing to cover Cheryl and try to cover Shot Stone, be in the rings, sit 2, but maybe top 12, and then of course your Shot Stone, which is back edge of the 8.
Yeah, you could. The only problem is you could maybe give them a chance for a double and a blank opportunity. So this will at least make sure the force is on.
Okay, you're losing line a bit, so just clean, Jess.
Easy a little higher. Easy.
Yeah, we're way over curling.
Pulling top 8,
Yeah. No, that's good. Yeah, it's just over curled on us.
A lot of curl to the wings. That moved pretty well.
Yeah, it did, yeah. I
Did
like
it
your
ever?
curl. Yeah, same.
Yeah, further to your point though, with that
A little more ice. Yeah.
ice cube analogy, maybe a little higher in the middle, and so for the time being, everything will move to the outsides rather than towards the middle.
And the ice making crew, headed by Dave Merklinger, will work on that. It's his first game too, so it's that's the tendency. Nothing wrong with it. It's just the curlers have to figure it out.
Yeah, it's a crew of 18 that he has. The majority from the area and Nova Scotia. They took over this ice after the Quebec Major Junior team, the Screaming Eagles, finished on Saturday night. That's when they took it over. So final stone and facing 2. Carrie Einarson here in the first, out of Gimli.
It's a little scary throwing this hit on this straight ice.
Can't roll very far either.
Hard, Shannon. Hard.
Shannon Burchard.
Hard.
Now you got to sit around, don't roll, and will just sit down in time. Back edge to the 8 to pick up the single, forced to the 1. Scheidegger will have the hammer when we come back. So a couple of guards in play as we welcome you back. It's the play-in game to fill out the field for this year's Scotties beginning tomorrow here in Sydney. Carrie Einarson, Gimli, Manitoba, playing the Yellowstones with a single in the first. So here in the second, Casey Scheidegger and her team from the Lethbridge Curling Club have the lash rock. They have the hammer, playing the Redstones.
I think teams always meet after the ends and talk about, what they learned from the first end. And I think one of the first things that these teams would have talked about is, hey, let's leave the guards a little higher. You've got ice, it isn't moving as much. It gives the rock a chance. When the ice is straight, you leave the guards high. Once it gets around, it's got a little better chance to curl. If the ice is swingy, you put the guards a lot tighter. You can see these guards are a little higher, a little longer.
That's just a brilliant miss, though. They obviously wanted to get it by, but really soft weight, probably too soft. That's why it curled, over curled. But now there's 3 corner guards there. The front's wide open, and a pretty low risk end for Scheidegger at this point in time.
Same as mine, I think. I think we're a little late. Line's good. No curl. Line's good, guys. You have to round. Brianne's rock. Brianne's rock. You really got to finish. Really got to finish. Yep, you can go.
This team played 83 games this season, this Einarson team. I think the next closest was 64 games, and that was Fleury's team. But, they talked about being a new team, and they wanted to play a ton of games, get used to each other. They've been in 8 finals, and they won 4 of them. So this is old hat to them now, being in a sudden death game.
Yeah, they won 4. They lost 4 semis. They wanted to get out and play early to get a feel for it. I mean, the big story was these are all former skips. And I think they took advantage, obviously, of some rusty teams to start the season. Their play, though, since then, Cheryl, fair to say, hasn't been up to those first 4 wins.
No, I would agree. I think you caught some teams off guard. They came out hot out of the gate and excited as a new team. But 8 finals, I think it's a pretty good season for them, and they've got to have learned a lot from the wins and the losses in those finals, and that could all be for this game. That could get them into a Scotties, that kind of a season. it definitely gave them 2 chances to get in. One was through the Manitoba final, and then now to get in this way through the wild card.
First-year team to make 8 finals. That's unheard of.
Okay, that's good.
So 87,000 and change, 5th overall. There are her wins. Started very early. That's a kickoff event, the event in Oakville. Many of the teams use it as their tune-up. On through the Autumn Gold in Calgary. But they've struggled a little bit. I think Einarson, with her draw weight in particular. Russ played in the skins game, of course. Lost to Tracy Fleury, who is now skipping her old team.
Hard. Tough one, Joss.
So Jesse Hyen with the flash of that stone, totally buried. Top of the 8. As for Casey Scheidegger, we mentioned, make a note that Einarson was number 5. Scheidegger is number 9. And so that backs up what we said. These are the 2 highest placed teams in points that are not in the field. And that's why they are here and playing for that final 16th and final spot in the Scotties.
We don't leave. We can wait. We're dead close. Want to go soon? Brianne's rock now.
I think that's 6 or 7 rocks by both teams missed wide. The draws are curling, and that might be fooling everybody, Cheryl. Just that little extra weight just breezes right through the curl.
Well, and it would make me think that if I'm throwing a draw, you don't have to be perfect, because the hits are going to be tough to chase anything.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Now you got to open it up, roll that shooter away. They do. Leave the 2 stones.
Look at those corner guards. It's tough to draw.
Center line. Top 12 and top 8.
How do you draw, Cheryl?
Yeah, everything's shut down for you.
Weight's nice. 3. Line's good. Line's good. 2, 3. Easy. Early if you can. Yep. Yep, yep. We don't need line's good. Line's good. Line's great. Where? Top 3. Want to finish or mid? 7. Yep. Hard. Hard, Shannon. Hard. Go. Go, 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 go. Hard.
Ooh, did she leave a corner?
Good try.
I think so.
Through the hole.
Nice weight. The guards just don't finish quite as much.
Yeah,
maybe a little less ice. Good judge.
That's
Great
still
shots.
pretty good on this ice, because you're going to try and chase with some weight.
Does the double look there? That might be too thin.
Right now, Case doesn't have a draw,
got-
so.
Just a little more than a quarter. Yeah, you got to hit it there.
Yeah,
Probably.
you heard Christy, the words of wisdom. Right now, Casey doesn't have a draw.
Okay. Yeah. You guys like?
I do.
Intern.
You like this, running it back, AB opening it up? You might catch one of the guards, I'm thinking. Russ, do you like this better?
Yeah, I guess if you miss this high side, get that corner guard, that would be fantastic, because they're right. They don't have a draw. So you miss this raise twice.
Yep.
It's going to be a really hard shot for the skipper's last one.
Come up. Oh, and it just slides underneath.
Okay. Something there.
Now it does get rid of the wide one, but you'd be going really
I think the one open a draw
out wide.
because they want it. It's not going to do much when they're stacked like
I
that.
gave
so.
you both there.
Yeah, I think if you were drawing, if this is the last shot of the end,
Yeah, I think now we know the line.
Yeah.
We can.
you'd have to go
finish it earlier if we
extremely
have to.
wide. Or down the center line to the left-hand corner as we're looking.
Speed's good here. Speed's nice here, Kara.
Yeah.
Yep.
Feels like draw the button, so
Try
whatever
kind
guard
of
weight
the same
would be with
depth
that.
as Val's.
Yeah,
There, hey,
I
that was a
think so.
good
That's a good
spot. Just get it buried. Okay, you got it.
It's a good chance to give Carrie the opportunity to get some feel on this.
There you see the time clocks.
Okay, a little more
Both teams given 38 minutes of thinking
Yeah,
time.
little. Line. 2, 3. Yeah, line's tight.
Oh, it's curling early.
Where are you?
You talk.
Over and off.
Oh, and they're not. I don't know if they're going to get it over.
No.
Whoa.
Over and off.
Whoa.
That's just it.
That's good. Okay. Not bad.
Now, we sometimes say, Russ, you know, long, they're almost not a guard, but in this situation, with those other guards around, she plugs a hole, fills it.
Oh, no question. And I think they'd love to play the double, and I don't think you can see enough of it because of the straightness in the ice.
Might as well try now and see if you can set up for a deuce.
Yeah, exactly. And I assume they're going right around everything, Cheryl, in this way. Is that the only other shot I see is that one, and that's really dangerous. The problem here, I always used to like to make the other skip throw against a few in the second end because you had all those draws to the button. It was getting faster, maybe 15 seconds hog to hog. All of a sudden you have to go to a new path. This is going to be, I don't know, 13 and a half, 14 seconds. It's a guess. It's an educated guess. If this was her last one, this would be a high degree of difficulty. Good idea to go now.
Yeah, I like the call. Just, well, you're going to get forced, so you might as well take your chance.
Yeah, get forced to 2.
Those are always good forces.
Carrie Ann McTaggart has the brush down. Oh, about 3 or 4 inches outside the edge of the 12. First for skip, Casey Scheidegger. High, and then you heard it, Christie's rock. So Christy Moore trying to take the stone now, help it over a little bit. Take it back as far as they can. Maybe get shot rock. Maybe get shot rock. Oh, and it looks like it is by just that little bit.
Talk about a good guess. It was a guess on ice and weight.
Yeah. Too bad it had to curl a little sooner. They could have kept it higher. It'd be really hard to get it out.
Trying just to push it over, lead the brush.
Did it feel like your draw to button throw, or? No, I definitely threw more than my draw to the button throw. Okay, I think, do you like right there? I like throwing like back line at least. Back line? Yeah. Do you like there? Back line? Yeah.
Like we normally say, this is a pretty simple shot with a guard that long and a rock that deep, but you saw the lacquer curl coming in there. You could breeze this right by pretty easy.
I liked Val's comment, just like back line, because I think that gives it the opportunity to get a little bit of curl. If you threw any more weight than that, no chance.
Because their draws hung there for a long time.
Yeah, really good awareness by the front end because they watched the draw go down and it took a long time. So you know the hit's absolutely going to.
No question.
Weight's good, little up if anything.
Carrie Einarson had her first. Now they got her as it starts to go. And remember, there's that corner guard that they have to get by. And here it comes. They got to hold it. Get it by that one first. Get it by. Oh, no. And it'll just glance and slide on through.
Okay. Great weight. Sorry. It's okay, Carrie.
Aren't you caught a little bit, Cheryl? Further to what Russ is saying. You know you're going out. You overthrow it. Then it just sails on you. They could have brushed that earlier. And they were afraid to.
They're afraid because of what they've seen. They see the draws hanging, things aren't moving, the hits are backing up on them. You don't want to be the front end that jumps it out of the hand and then it backs it up and you never give it a chance. I think they thought as brushers on this ice, and I don't blame them, that they could hold it.
So you're coming in to catch the 4-foot, Russ?
Yeah, same shot here, obviously. Can't be much wider, though. That's the concern here. The guards move, so you can take a little less ice here.
She did, just a little bit outside the edge of the 12. And again, wait for it. Wait for it. Christie's rock. Wait for it. No, not a chance. And it will be one only. But a great draw, though. Scheidegger going way, way outside. And we're all even. So we're tied at 1 in this wild card game on this Friday night. Playing their way in, hopefully one of those teams into the field of 16 that will begin playing tomorrow. 2 pools of 8 in the Scotties, 16 teams, of course. Then the top 4, as of Wednesday night, will advance to the championship round, and then the pools just basically cross over and you play the other 4 teams, leading to the Page playoff on Saturday and Sunday of next week. And here in this third, it'll be Carrie Einarson once again will have the last rock. She has the hammer, playing the Yellowstones.
Most of these teams play on tour all season, and they play 5 rock and they play 8 ends. So 10 ends, I think you see this a little bit more, especially early in an event where first couple ends, teams throw to the wings. They kind of want to settle in, see what the ice is, not get too crazy going all to the center. It just gives both teams a little breathing room.
Maybe 14 and a half side, yep. I like it.
A little roll out there, though, so now there's a chance for the team without hammer to apply some pressure. Speed looks great, Cheryl. Looks pretty even across the sheet. Obviously a little slower way out wide because they haven't played those lanes.
Well, some of the teams are here and watching, and the lady on the second from the right, that's Krista McCarville, her team, Northern Ontario champions out of the Fort William in Thunder Bay, and she will be in our first game as we feature Northern Ontario. It's the North against the South against Rachel Homan, the Olympian. We'll have it for you Saturday, tomorrow at 1:30 Eastern Time.
It's still back hose.
14-2.
Back 8.
About a bit. Yeah. Yep. Keep going.
Did you find it a little odd, Russ, they went this way?
With that curl?
With that in turn rather than play the out turn.
Yeah, I think it's because it's around a corner, and they want to keep the play. If they're going to draw the play anywhere, they want to keep it as far away from that pay dirt in the middle.
All right.
But I know what you're saying, because the out turn draw was probably easier.
Well, because they've played it so often,
right.
Cheryl, in that first.
They have. I think that, to Russ's point, they just want to stay away from the center. They've tried to do that. And then you get this set up, maybe get a miss, you can open up that center. This spot's curling really well. This was Carrie Einarson's hit in the first end.
Yeah, everything's going towards sheet D a little bit more. No, it's not drastic, but more. It's a really nice area to get in there.
It'll take a lot of focus every time you throw to be thinking, what spot am I on? What release do I throw? Is this a straighter spot? Do I throw a little softer? You almost have to. You're not going to make a shot, so you have to figure out how to make them.
A little heavy. Heavy.
Again, staying close. Here's that corner guard.
Go. Keep going. Good.
Oh, nice throw. Very nice. Shannon Burchard.
Fraction heavier than they wanted, still curled, so that's the way to go.
Same weight. Just through.
Is there enough curl there with the right weight, Cheryl, to get across the nose and in behind?
I think there is, Vic. It's close. The problem is you have to throw a little bit of weight.
And you're going to be close to this guard, too, if he can sneak it by here. And they can't.
It's tight. Okay, Care.
Wasn't a bullet either. I think it was a bit of both, maybe a soft release. I think a lot of us are guilty of that. When it does straighten out, you try to make it curl a bit out of your hand, don't you? The old, I call it New Brunswick release. Here's to the straight ice, and you just kind of soften it a bit. Next thing you know, you're all over a guard.
I've played against that release. It was a nightmare.
Okay, They bumped that stone over now, and the stagger is the other way. They elected to go with the wide in turn when the stagger was that way. Why don't they play the wide out turn this way?
Well, I think it's because they know this spot and know the curl. Like the out turn isn't moving a lot.
All right.
So I think this is the turn they're starting to see the most amount of curl with.
Okay.
The more curl, the easier it is to bury.
How are we doing so far, Coach?
Got to get it there first. Oh, dear.
16.
I kicked that, but I don't know if I moved it.
It would have
The
buried,
line.
though.
Oh, for sure.
Thought we were picking up speed a bit, but guess not.
Carrie Ann McTaggart, great chance here. Hit roll underneath, maybe back of the tee line, however.
Yes! Hard! Hard! Really hard!
Look out, now you got to hit it first.
No roll.
And they do.
Okay.
And bang around, no. Just spins out. Isn't that funny, because they did play a little bit more weight and they still got some curl.
Yeah, so what I'm picturing right now is the whole sheet slightly sloped towards D. And if the teams can get that in their head, I think they'll be a little bit better off. A couple of over curls on this turn as opposed to that out turn that was poker straight in the first end.
Okay, line's good. Yeah, top four. Yeah, bit. Line's good.
Foul should be closer. She just threw this one.
Oh, it's really really nice.
Back four.
Whoa.
T-line.
Running totally different.
Whoa. We're back four.
Line's really nice.
I think we're back four.
15 or 14-5. Sit. Sit,
Sit.
beauty.
Sit, sit, sit.
Yeah, that is a
Good.
beauty. And it does sit top four.
Good judge.
Very nice.
That's perfect. You didn't want to be deep in that spot at all. So hard to chase with any weight.
14-5. On this side.
Yeah. Well, I would have been lucky. I would have been thankful if that first one in comparison to what I threw that way.
Yeah. Okay.
That yellow one that's short of the rings is a dangerous stone.
Sure.
If they ever get a little extra curl here, they can tap that Val Sweeting guard into the rings.
Straight freeze on top of it. Really,
Nice
it'll
catch.
shut down the scoring area for Carey, make it tough for a deuce at least.
Line's straight. Right to it. No bump. No bump. Let's go. Line's good. Play it. Hard. Hard then. Line's straight. Right to it. Really light. Hard. Go, Jeff. Go. Go.
Boy, if they can just take this around, maybe put it right on the corner.
Go. More. Great sweep.
And really nice carry to get it there to the top of the 8. Trying to shut down the Einarson team.
Really nice prediction by the front end on the brushing there too. They yelled top 12 and then heads down, got a couple extra feet out of it.
Really light. Hard. Go, Jeff. Go. Go. Line straight. Hard. Right to it. Go. More. Great sweep.
Good girl. Good sweep. I like the guard.
The
So she
guard
can't
and leave
tap
her
hers?
this.
Yeah, I don't love that. Yeah, how makeable is that draw there?
It's
To
makeable.
get shot. I like coming in either side. Like,
Best guard second shot here, Cheryl, or
she's
do you
definitely
guard it?
tapping the red one.
Yeah, I don't
pretty
know.
raisable.
I think I'd come in.
Yeah. So I'm thinking like
We just have to be deep enough so if she does tap, we're
It's
still sitting
raisable,
one.
but the only issue we've seen on this ice is anything more than draw weight. Now, where do you put the
Exactly.
broom? Will it curl up enough to even get the tap?
And if you guard it, they're forced to play this come around. Might steal anyways. So,
Get there first.
yeah, this is put some pressure on here. Sit 2 buried and take your chances.
Like we don't want to be sweeping it the whole way because then it takes
Right.
the curl away a bit.
So we want to just like be even with
I think so.
Yeah,
Even or a
be
touch
even.
past. Okay. Yeah, then she doesn't have to slash double. Like
Okay.
past. 14-7 is good. Yeah, you got it.
Right beside it would be brilliant. Then that red raise cannot remove both yellows.
You like it?
Line's good.
Deflected out of her hand.
Yeah, top one right now. Yeah, line. Yeah, line.
As it starts to
Line
go.
only. Line's great.
Pritchard closest to the stone. Mayer out in front.
Yeah, line. Gotta go.
Gotta go, ladies. Gotta go.
That caught them off guard. They really liked it. They liked the line. They were off for line for a bit.
Is she not setting them? Because no one else is curling that much. I don't know.
Shoot. What was that?
14-9.
Oh. We're aiming for 14-7.
You want to ditch that rock?
No, I like
It's
them
been
in-
fine in practice,
yeah.
but the last 2 times you've thrown it.
It's just kind of where you'd want to maybe hear from Val. Maybe Val can't see anything, and sometimes it's the brushers that see it. Are you throwing that set on it? Are you doing a consistent throw compared to everybody else? But Val's obviously not seeing anything, but the brushers mentioned it.
They're in 1. And that side was straighter, so it's like...
Casey Scheidegger and her last.
Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Chrissy.
A little up now. Here, now is Christie. This is her rock to try and push it over. Try and catch a corner. Oh, and it sails it by.
Just not figuring it out, are they?
No, it's that was such a hard shot. It almost wasn't there with weight.
You could tell it was thrown well too, because there's no panic by the
What was it? 10.
third with line calling. It was just they're throwing it right through the break.
I liked it from the
We
half.
could even hit a quarter rock and it was going, right?
Yeah. I like the throw.
Yeah. Just too much ice.
Ran the tee.
It's such a hard when the hits are straight and the draws are curling, and it's where to put the broom down for the kind of in between shots.
You got care.
A 4th win would put her into the Scotties.
Nice. You can wait. We're heavy right now.
Okay, line's good.
So remember those early draws where they went out wide?
Back 8.
Good thing that they did. Maybe going to school with his wide in turn. But it's got to come back here.
Just getting the trough there.
They missed a few
One
classes
yellow,
in school, didn't they?
One
There you go. Settling for just the single. Brings back memories of you in school, right? There you go. 2-1.
Make sure you get something moving on the center here.
Like that.
Very much like that.
Anticipating a draw here by Einarson. Are you giving this away? And she has. Get across the nose, get it by the guard first. That's job 1. Got that. Got 1, got 2. Jones. And her last. For 2. Just touch it. Just touch it. And away it goes. And that'll do. Got to beat Shotstone. In-off here to keep themselves going. The in-off to keep themselves going, and they will not. And it's a win for the record books for Jennifer Jones and Manitoba. That was quite the run by Carrie Einarson in this same position a year ago in Penticton. Came out of the wild card, had a wonderful Pool A record, then crossing over, finished at 9-2 before losing to Jones, beating Marianne Arsenault, and then losing to Jones again in the final. And as Ross mentioned earlier, Shannon Burchard was called in, bringing in the right arm thrower, and she played for Caitlin Laws and went on to win the Scotties before Laws came back to play in the Worlds in North Bay.
Whoops. That's the same spot the skipper missed tight there. Might not be the rock that Einarson has. It could be that spot. You get it a little tighter, it goes.
Yeah, it seems to be some tricky paths, and it's early enough in the game. They haven't played them all yet to figure it out.
Brienne threw up a perfect center guard and a nice corner by Christie. And then when Brienne played the out-turn come-around, she wrecked on her own and stayed out in front. Then the come-around, which forced that error.
Two.
Still pretty close.
High two.
Line's pretty good.
Line's good.
Light over curl.
2, 1. High two. Hard
Yep,
carry.
gotta go.
Jesse Hyan.
Hard carry.
Gotta go.
One. Yep. Go,
Gotta
Claire. Go, 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 go.
Curl.
Hard. Yeah. Curl a bit. Curl a bit. Go, go, go.
That's good. 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 Nice.
Yeah.
Here in 4, it is the Scheidegger
Like
team
that?
out
Yeah.
of Lethbridge that does have last rock. They have the Hammer playing the
You want
Redstones.
the out, hey? Or the in? Okay.
Trying the red run back here. These always scare me because you just replace the color. It helps a little bit. There's a lot of shrapnel out there. The one that really hurts you is at your own center guard. So you could run it in and open things up.
No lazy handle here.
Yep. That's
Oh,
right.
we've got
Down.
rotation.
Okay.
And we'll drive it by, and again, just roll it over. So plugging up some draw paths.
This is a little bit of the battle for these teams because they play all season on ice that even with hits will move. You know, a lot of the rinks they go to, they're getting curl with the hit and the draw. So their releases are grooved for rotation. So a little tougher to adapt on the hits to try to throw less rotation so at least it doesn't fall on you.
2. Hard carry.
Boy, this isn't heavy.
1. It's not over, I don't think.
Wow.
Go, go, go. Hard
It's
carry. Get
gone.
it over. Get
It's
it over.
over.
Just over.
Hey, whoa. Whoa, stop.
It's over, but it's not a guard.
Bad spot.
Just like literally that
Tricky.
much further in.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's gone. She's just a little tight on that.
Oh, so the paths are interesting here. It was just that much further in, that much tighter, and the stone took off.
Yeah, that spot's been inconsistent.
Oh, no.
All these teams map the ice, of course.
Shannon.
Now you're really trying to get a picture in your mind of what the sheet looks like. Is it peaked? Is it dished? Is it slanted?
Go, go, go.
Something to give you some help when you put the broom down.
Oh, and rolls it to the outside. Maybe tucks it in behind their own. They do. And using that stagger wide. But remember now, it is Scheidegger does have last rock. But suddenly a shot like that means you have to chase if you're Scheidegger.
And she's chosen not to, partly because it's virtually buried. And if you can't get at it, you might as well sink one yourself. Interesting to see. There's somewhere around the edge of the 8 where this will curl.
Go down, 4, 3, hard line.
Got to get it by their long guard that was thrown up.
Just a 3, Casey.
Oh, there's something wrong here.
It's that same spot, isn't it? Now that did look light, but
I'm gonna drag a 3. Yeah.
that's where Carey wrecked in the guard. We've had 2 or 3 light interns there too.
Carrie Ann McTaggart.
Yeah, like same as I gave you on my second one here. Yeah. I like that. Walked beside it, so a little less. Yeah. That to a hair less is good.
Through the holes, Russ?
Yep. Yes. Yep. The hole's big enough. It's just figuring out the speed here.
I like it. A little more.
Top 8, top 1. Yep. Whoa.
Val Sweeting.
Yes. Hard line. Hard. Top 12.
Here. Closest to the stone. On the left. Bertram, can you get it through this hole? Oh, it may have just touched the backside. Oh, and it took enough steam out of it that it doesn't get there for second shot.
That curled way more than when I threw there in 2. Yeah.
It's just curling more on them. We talked about no curl, and now it's curling. Everybody's wrecked on the guard.
And there it is.
Out wider, it is straighter, so it's almost like there's a wee bit of a flat spot there. It shouldn't be fresh. They've thrown a ton of rocks there.
That gave it a much bigger whack than I thought.
Good. And it's curled way more.
Yeah.
But ended up in not a bad spot.
Okay.
Not a bad spot. Lucky I got shot on my first one.
I know.
Not a bad spot for what reason, Cheryl?
Well, it blocks anything that Scheidegger can do on that side of the sheet, so it's effectively takes a path away for Scheidegger and pushes them out to a new spot coming this way. We haven't seen anything this wide.
Are they playing a tap here?
They are.
You could actually sit 2 here if you hit it thin enough.
Jesse!
Or straight back.
Chris! Chris! Go! Whoa!
There's the straight back. And back it goes to sit the shot rock top 4.
That is a nice shot.
With all the guessing going on.
Yes. On a new path. You had to get the weight right and the line right. Really well done.
And I say guessing, Russ, but shouldn't you, or wouldn't you, at this point in the game, playing the 4th, wouldn't you like to, as a team, as a player, have confidence in the whole sheet?
Yeah, exactly. And neither team does at this point in time. And that one spot's fooling them because everything's relatively straight except that one spot. And then we see it all the time. The Scotties, Briar, first game, second game, there's a lot of upsets. And not that anybody wins or loses here is an upset, but it's all about figuring that ice out. You know, game 4 or 5, you know exactly what's going on.
Trying to run on her own back into the shot stone.
Got it. Sure does, and leaves it underneath and covered. And now sitting 1, 2, and 3.
Really good.
She's just such a good hitter. She got great technical. She comes out online, makes these.
That's her strength, isn't it?
Definitely.
Big shot here, Cheryl. If you ever, let's say, miss this wide, they loop a 4th one in there.
Just 10.
This is kind of the same path that Casey missed the intern going down where she flashed.
A little more.
It again?
A little wider out.
What about just tap draw here as opposed to going for the gusto?
I like that.
Tap again.
You get it in there for second shot.
They heard you.
Then you're not worried about giving up 3 or 4 here.
Yeah, I think it's just based on the ice and the guess.
Yeah, I got 13.5 on it.
That's a great call.
Sorry, Russ, what's the call here?
Just tap it back like they did the first time. 'Cause if they throw the hit, Vic, and let's say they hit it a little thin and goes breezing right by, then Einarson sinks another one, and you're looking at 4 buried rocks, and I don't know how you get in there.
Back line.
Just even if you tap this up for second, you've really accomplished a lot.
High, Moore, hard per line. Here comes that guard again. Oh, they're all over it.
Okay.
Yep. Take away her only shot, which is the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, is there a hole there, like, or are we guarding the red?
Guarding the red.
Okay, then yeah, I like this one.
As crazy as it sounds, I wouldn't be afraid to go there, Cheryl. Because there's really very little angle. Where do you go to get in here? Can you get through there? Can you go out wide here in a new path? You know, you could go way wide this way with your last one for Scheidegger. It's the easiest shot, I would believe, is the one she just tried.
Yeah, because you don't want to open it up for them. You're in a pretty good spot to steal. More than one.
Oh, exactly.
So what are you thinking here?
Probably I would say like a 17.
17.
Yeah. 16, 5, 17.
Is that what they're doing? Guarding the red
Yeah,
with the other
they are.
turn? Yeah, okay.
Really nice. 2. We can clean that.
We're good. Hey, out there.
A little deep.
Yeah, babe.
A little deeper than your room right now. We're to the red one. Coming
Okay.
down.
Whoa.
We're good. We're not to it anymore.
So trying to take away the red rays onto shot
We're to
rock.
it, but we're not.
Whoa.
Even with the yellow. We're right about here.
Yep. Go. Okay. Good call.
Sitting 3 without last rock.
Great shot.
Not a lot of paths to get in there.
No, nothing.
Yeah, inside out must still be good, like 16-3.
She's going to try the double tap. They wanted this a little longer. That was what they were trying to get it halfway, so this wasn't as easy, yellow-red.
Yeah, I think it's really close. Yep.
Still not an easy shot.
Well, that's how few options there are, isn't it? You're trying to draw, what, full 12 just to give up a steal of 1, and you have to play a double raise.
Yeah.
It's not a simple shot. She missed the single raise. Now she's got to play the double raise. Somewhere in here, ideally, or maybe even onto that one with a bit of speed. But you cross it by an inch, you give up a steal of 4.
But this is the only shot you'd have a chance to get shot.
And probably hoping just to cut them down to a single if they can bump it up and get it in for second shot, final stone. Right now it is Einarson sitting the 3, top edge of the 4, 2 around the edge of the 12. Trying to hold it for her now. What do you got? Tap, tap. Has this, you got it? Oh, that's fine. You're probably saying thank you very much. You take the 1, and I'm very happy. I'll go to 5, down 3-1. Einarson leads it. It's the wild card, the play-in game here at the Scotties. On this Friday night, the eve of the Scotties, it's the wild card play-in game. That steal of 1 in the 4th. Carrie Einarson and her team from Kimley now lead 3-1 as we go to 5. And Casey Scheidegger once again will have last rock. The team from Lethbridge has the hammer playing the Redstones. What was that old show with Robert Wagner? Was it Robert Wagner? It Takes a Thief. Remember that show?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, well, it takes Einarson to steal here. She's the thief and has been all season.
Yes, she has. I mean, I looked at her numbers coming in, and 40% of the time, which is super high when she doesn't have the hammer, she's stealing. And you know, I look, she's the #1 team of scoring as well, 8.5 points a game, and she does a lot of it with the hammer, but she's then taking risks without, which can be an advantage to the team she's playing against too. I mean, she's ignoring stones in the rings, but it's working for her all season.
This is, well, it's got to be a little bit frustrating now for Scheidegger because they're crashing on every guard. They just can't get around. They haven't figured it out yet.
It's funny, isn't it? The N1, everybody was wide. The start of N2, same thing. So everybody tightened the broom up. Now they're all over the guards. Is it the ice itself, or they just made too big an adjustment?
Little high. Easy. Finish with Brianne. Yep.
I think with the stealing, Cheryl, part of it is the ability of this front end to make these type of shots. Like Brianne puts the first one right where you want it, top button on the center line, nice tight guard, made the guard again, and with this little bit straighter surface, I think that could be a plus for a team like Einarson. You can make those guards, the other team's chasing right from the get-go.
Whoa.
They're not easy to make on a lot of surfaces.
No, they're not. It's too swingy.
Good.
Well, it was Carrie Einarson who set them up with this key shot.
Well, this is her bread and butter. We've seen her struggle a little bit with the draws this game, trying to get the line, trying to figure out where to put the broom, but puts it down for this, makes it perfectly, and that's the shot they scored with.
Double tap, just missing for Scheidegger, and she ended up picking up the steal of 1. The key shot brought to you by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures.
4 perfect shots for Team Einarson out of the gate this end.
You saw the speed here. It's pretty okay now.
Similar situation where it's tough for, in this case, Team Scheidegger with hammer to draw the 4-foot even. with guards all over the place. Just keep this thing guarded. You got a shot at another steal.
It's almost like it's the roles are reversed when you have the hammer, that you have to be less aggressive. Like maybe you throw to the wing, because otherwise this is what happens.
Absolutely.
So you throw the winger or throw the corner guard way out.
Now these stones were last used at
Continental Cup.
Continental. No, was it the Continental or the Canada Cup?
Continental.
Was it Continental Cup?
Yeah.
So in Las Vegas.
Blue hone inserts, very lively. Dave touched them up yesterday, get a little bit more curl out of them. And he might do that again during the week as the rocks start to straighten out a little bit.
And the touching them up, of course, sharpening them up just to give them a little bit, as you say, a little more bite.
And that'll create that, sometimes you see that gear effect too, where they bite hard and really you'll get that extra bit of curl.
And then they'll end up, of course, probably without that curl dead buried.
What's your goal? Trying to crotch this, move that. Okay. So that would hit this roll up.
Okay, so I'm hitting it like there.
I think, yeah, like a little less than half right here.
Yeah. Trying to nut it onto the side one. Almost cross the side one, so like a quarter of a rock.
Okay.
Straight back.
Go back, so. Okay.
You could run into the reds there and maybe open up the side a little bit, but how do you get rid of all three corner guards? A bit of a mess here. They need to make one of these.
Yeah, just 66%. Carrie-Ann McTaggart. Open it up. Oh, bang. Tick, tick.
Oh, sorry.
Roll. And shot rock now is open. Center line is open.
Good, Care.
Well, it's a little bit better. You've got one side of the sheet opened up slightly, and it's your rock.
Same situation, just have to do the right line.
The intern's still there.
Fair more. Tight.
Here, line's good.
Tight. Top 12 has to come down.
Whoa, then.
Top 12.
Whoa. Whoa.
Coming down. Tight.
Whoa.
Still really tight.
Whoa. Gotta finish.
Coming down.
Hey, here with some late licks, and what a perfect guard.
Yeah, they're figuring that spot out.
Didn't want you to kill her to post one again. Good job.
Yeah, I think that might be part of the strategy going forward here. When there's 6 feet of curl, you're always not that worried when the other team's throwing a guard, because they're going to show you a little bit in the left, a little bit in the right, and you can get around and get it. These guards look a lot easier here.
Another try for Carrie-Ann McTaggart. This time, run it back. Got it. Sure does. And leaves the shooter there.
Nice shot, Cam.
Very nice.
She comes up with those a lot.
Throw, Care.
Talk about clutch players.
One of the best deliveries in the game, I think. Just so solid. No wobble out there. Just
There's a chance.
square shoulders. You just know where it's going, don't you?
Do you feel like you just do like easy peel on that?
Well, I just was not. I was north.
Yeah.
Like,
Because it just is both really felt back. Yeah.
I was thinking inside edge.
Okay.
I do had negative, so, and it, yeah.
But again, there's an indication. Her strength
Good.
is her hit game. Her draw weight tonight, 31%.
Yeah, that's been a struggle for her tonight now, albeit the passes have been tough, especially early in the game, trying to figure it out. But that doesn't make you feel well when you got to throw a tough one like this.
If they can carry it there to just grab the 12, they do.
Can I move this way? Yeah. Wherever you think. A little
Pressure
more.
just
Wherever you think. What was your split
touching
though?
that center guard.
Now? What was the split? Like that? Okay. Which one? Here. Wherever you think.
I can see the circle.
Yeah.
A little more.
This way?
Yep.
Okay.
What was that?
It's a good spot.
Just watch the foot
I just
bang and
we're
touched
aiming
it.
for a 15.
Probably didn't move it.
They thought
Certainly,
it was-
they were moving it the wrong way initially. They were closing the hole instead.
That's good strategy.
Yeah.
Might as well try.
Yeah, I want to stand up.
Sorry, because that looks good to me. Yeah, I like that.
What do you think, back 8 weights?
I think the same as what you threw for that one. Real close.
Another tricky little shot here. Out this wide first end, there was very little curl.
Top her up.
And anything high side works.
Ice looks okay.
Yeah, you got a lot of
I'm thinking like back 8
rocks
weights.
to tap it in
that's
behind.
fine, yeah. That's lots. Yep. I like it.
Nobody's posting great draw numbers out here.
Low line. Close.
Casey Scheidegger
Left forward.
trying to raise a stone back for shot rock. High and McTaggart on the line. What do you got?
Got lots of leads.
A little bit more.
I just want to
A
be
little further back, and that will be good. They grab the top edge of the 8. Shot rock.
Have a girl, Case. Shoot it
That
here
even
high.
came up on them, but it gives you options. You could hit a high side, and they just got to nose, but kept it buried.
I think I just scratched lines in my
A real nice shot buried in front of the tee line. They still got that rock she just threw if they need to run it in.
Yeah, but, you know, it takes, as
Possible,
you know,
yeah.
it takes that opposite turn, and that little opposite turn
I like this side.
allowed it to show a little bit now.
Get it going.
It's be nice for Carrie. She gets to throw down kind of the same path. This will have to be extra weight to get the tap.
7 feet more than what you just threw.
Yeah.
Be a little careful here. If you tap it onto the center line, it looks like there's a big enough port for Casey to come through there. There it is there with the out turn possibly and score there too. So try not to pump it right to that center line.
The second one came up with Johnny. It's easy heel.
Back 12.
Okay.
Close.
Final stone for
Oh, wait on me.
Carrie Einarson here in 5. She leads by 2.
Hard. Hard. Hard.
Once again, right here. And Bircher. Oh boy. Watch out now. Watch out now. Have they opened this? No, they've actually plugged that hole.
I really wonder about her rocks.
I'm just not giving myself enough ice. That was perfect weight, eh?
Yeah, it was a little bit different throw compared to your first one. Like it broke earlier. But your weight was enough that it should have ran.
Could just be a release on this ice. They've talked about it a little bit as she kind of popping them like she normally does. And sometimes you stop doing that when the ice is so straight, which is how it started early.
Exactly, yeah.
And then you see some curl that others aren't getting because they're still kind of doing that positive release.
I love it. Yeah.
That's the swing your side too. I blame a bit of it on that.
Bang it on the beak and sit right there.
Definitely bumpy. Yeah. 10-5, almost.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Yes. Yes. Skinny. Hard. 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 Rolling, Chris.
We're rolling hard.
Oh, we're going to take the other one. Yeah, use the catcher. Wow. That's an interesting way to get it. Uses the catcher to sit on the edge for 2. We'll go to the break. We're all even.
The 2019 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by Cashmere Bathroom Tissue. Nothing feels like cashmere. The 2019 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by New Holland, #TogetherBlue, by Pioneer Hybrid, serving Canadian farmers for over 70 years, and by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures.
Well, here where you'll see the big fiddle, the Celtic culture on display. We are Cape Breton and in Sydney as they're trading those singles. Steal of one and now getting it back. We're tied at 3. Let's take a look at the numbers after 5.
Well, they're a little bit deceiving, showing the teams as even as 70%. It's Carrie Einarson that's having the struggle. She's 50% in the third end. She missed a draw for 2 to convert, only gets her 1. And in this last end effectively opened it up to give Scheidegger's team their chance for 2.
Numbers after 5 are brought to you by Pioneer Hybrid, serving Canadian farmers for over 70 years. And when you come off the cruise ship here, they have a wonderful cruise port. In fact, they're building a second berth. You'll see the giant fiddle, 60 feet, 18 meters. It all celebrates Celtic culture. We are in Sydney.
We haven't been in the Scotties in a couple of years, and we were all texting each other this morning and all week, just so excited to get here and be able to put on our provincial jacket and compete for that national title.
Ontario is my province, but I'm Northern Ontario at heart, and we wear the Moose proud, and we love our green and yellow colors, so it's really exciting to always represent Northern Ontario in any competition.
Krista McCarville of Thunder Bay made it to the final back in 2016, losing to Chelsea Carey. And the hottest team in the country, Rachel Holman, the Olympian, is trying to win for a 4th time. That will be our opener when we join you Saturday afternoon, 1:30 Eastern Time. Draw 1, the Scotties here in Sydney. From this Center 200, look at the crowd here. As mentioned, this evening, this building seats about 5,000 or so for hockey. Now they've lost some for booths, and then there's different suites up here. I'd suggest to you there's probably 3,500 here on this night where they've just said, come on down. It's free. All we'd like you to do is make a donation in support of curling, both junior and curling throughout the Cape Breton area. So an early applause to the people of Sydney for coming out on this Friday night. Wonderful stuff. And we're glad we're here. We're ready for a Scotties to begin tomorrow. But first, we need a 16th and final team. It either will be Casey Scheidegger from Lethbridge or Carrie Einarson from Gimli as we go to the 6th. In a 3-3 tie, Einarson will have last rock. She has the hammer, playing the Yellowstones.
Skipper's deuce there from Casey. That nice tap buried, set up the error by Einarson, and then the hit and stay was almost missed, Cheryl. They were Carrie Ann just barely got them and convinced the brushers to brush it. The brushers didn't want to sweep, thinking it was going to curl, but they hit that any thicker. It's not in the paint. They had to play the in off and just barely saved it for the 2.
Oh boy, that's a nice way to start for Christy Moore. That's centerline guard belonging, of course, thrown up by Scheidegger, and then that rock from Brianne Mayur coming just that little bit deep and allows her to come right down on top.
Brienne's been so close in this entire game, and obviously all season the way they played, but look at the rotation she throws. That's like maybe 6 rotations on the way down, and it's just going to glide that little bit farther. It's no different than a car tire. If you spin your tires on the ice, you're not going anywhere because they won't grab. Same here. So sometimes they overbrush them just a little bit.
Go, 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 go.
Great shot. Nice shot. Good.
Well, you see how she gets down really low, She gets kind of her hands on the back of the handle almost, and then you see the release where she gives it that kind of over rotation to get the extra curl. She does it the same way every time.
Yeah, really good sweep.
That's why you play all those games, because you will learn. The other rushers will go, boy, that slid forever. I thought that was going to stop top 8. It ended up T-line. And you learn those little fine differences in releases.
Right to it. Where is it? Right to it. Go, 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 go. Right here, right here. Whoa. Great shot.
Well called,
really
because
nice.
they get across the other side, and maybe there's an angle there for them to use later.
Don't you think, Russ, this is just one of those games, like nobody's playing great.
Yeah.
You know, the front ends are not bad. They're in the 80s, but it's one of those games you have to be patient. You know you're going to get a miss down the road. You probably don't have to push too hard anywhere.
Really hard.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Give yourself a chance.
Yeah, all said and done, it's a 5-in game. Einarson still got control. That's the way it started. With the advantage of drawing the button. So yeah, you want the other team to come to you. You don't have to make any errors here. Very rarely do we see these teams go out day one, Scotties or Briar, and curl 90%.
No, you're trying to figure it out, and that's the whole point of every game that you're out at a Scotties, is it's learning. You're learning all along the way, and you're learning for playoff weekend. Now you got to get to playoff weekend, but that's what it's all for.
Little higher, the line's really good. 3. Yep, go, Care, a little bit. Easy. Whoa, on its own.
Close.
Whoa.
Close,
Good.
yes.
No, that's good. Good.
Hi, girl. Very nice.
It leaves the outturn side open, but that's the side that they wanted to leave open, because it'll go right back onto that yellow Einarson stones. Carey really has no choice but to peel us away.
Yep.
Boy, that's like that plane, eh? You wind up the elastic on the propeller, and then it just goes.
You have to have thrown that release a lot to have consistency on that, and she does.
Well, she'll leave the guard high, and now covers that angle raise.
Unforced error there. Could pound this yellow and get both of them to fly.
No.
That's what they're going to do too. Half a rock, both yellows go. The back red one stays.
Yeah. Firm, clean.
Carrie Ann McTaggart.
Yep. Whoa. Yes! Hard! Whoa. Good.
Get it thinner. That might be better not to get rid of the back yellow one at this point.
Try and keep it around.
Or hack. You like hack?
That roll,
Sure.
yeah.
Okay.
Can you nose this and pick it across the face of the yellow and save the yellow? There's a bit of separation there. You have to get pretty tight to the guard here for Val.
Clean. Whoa. Off. Whoa. On. Shannon.
This is doing
Back
nothing,
hard.
Russ.
Straight for the back. He's really good. Hard,
Shannon Berger.
Keep it going. Yep. Whoa.
A little tick.
Okay.
And she'll move it back, and now there's, look where the shooter has spun.
Nice
So
weight.
it is the two reds. One red sitting for shot rock, top 4, just off center line, is half covered.
Cheryl was saying it didn't move much. Being a lefty, this is Val's out turn, which out turns tend to run a little straighter. Watch this pop off the line. Just pops it out a little bit. So that's touching the line here. And watch it goes away from the line quite a bit. Never gets back to the line. Just that outward set, which everybody does, but she's the only one on the team that's left-handed. When it's this straight, those things will show up.
Yeah, they become almost glaring.
She wasn't heavy with it.
No.
Split center, guys. Fine. Split center. Yep. Got to curl a bit. Chrissy, Chris, go.
Couple feet past the yellow.
Yeah, go, Chris. Yeah, go hard. Chris, center hard. You want to touch center, go. Go. Hard. Keep going. Good.
And let it go.
Covers. You know, this team may be from Lethbridge, but you get a Carrie Ann McTaggart, who's from up Grand Prairie way.
Okay.
And then Christy Moore, she practices on her own, so only two are from Lethbridge, and that's the sisters.
Yeah, and I was talking to Carrie Ann and to Christy coming flying in here, and they had just gone out to throw with Renee Sonnenberg, who is a great technical coach. She worked with Homan's team, was at the Olympics with us last year. So she's a big support for them up in Grand Prairie. And then Casey and her sister throw in Lethbridge.
Oh, and we'll get the back one. Leaves the center line guard there. So there are two centers now. Shot rock still belongs to Scheidegger. And it's covered. So an exchange of stones there gets the back one. I don't know if you're totally happy with that, especially if you can sink another one if you're Scheidegger.
Yeah, keep the pedal to the metal here. No, they're actually going to hit that, it sounds like. 10.5.
Stay
Wow.
nice and straight out here too, hey?
Would you ignore here, Cheryl, and just draw in?
I would. I think this ice is tough, and you know, you sit here, they've got a chance. You come around and bury one top four. What are they going to do?
Well, plus,
some pressure.
Even if this is made perfectly, Team Einarson's going around and maybe score there too. This might be a defensive play, but it really isn't. It's putting yourself under pressure.
And they'll sit there.
Team Einarson can't hit that, Cheryl. They won't be shot rock and allow Scheidegger to draw around, so you might as well beat her in, score your two.
You kind of forced her hand.
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Yeah, you got it.
Interesting call.
And this ice has been far easier to draw on than it has to hit on.
Closer to the beginning of the game.
So you get in there.
Okay,
It's not, you
so
don't even have to
15.
make it perfect. Top four, even
Yeah.
show a piece makes it really tough.
Got it.
So it's just a touch more than Brienne's.
Okay, I like that.
We'll see if Carrie's figured it out. This has been the struggle. A little bit of weight, a little bit of path. She's over curled on quite a few. We talked about it being her release wasn't as much of a kind of a pop release. That looked better.
Yeah, line a bit. Yeah, line.
Oh.
Yeah, line. Hard line. Top four. T-line. Hard line. We're heavy. T-line. Oh. Hard. Yeah.
Boy, this is
Heavy. You're by. You're by.
was a struggle, but well brushed to get it by.
Back four. We got to go back, I think.
And all that brushing.
Oh, yeah.
All that brushing. And it'll finally hang on to the back edge of the four.
Sorry.
Mine are just curling my rocks.
Yeah, just
Like-
open it up a little bit. We'll see
Yeah,
how that goes.
I did open it up for this.
Yeah, they had to
Your weight
brush
was
that
really
to
good,
get it
Carrie.
by. Otherwise, her weight
we
was
didn't have
good.
to pound it.
Just still need to get more ice for mine, hey? Like if we would have had draw weight.
See them on it here because they wanted to make sure they got by this guard.
You're by.
You were saying earlier, Cheryl, that
We don't need just by
the discussion
back four. We got to go back, I think.
with Carrie Einarson and Val Sweeting was about stones. And it may have been a point at that stage of the game, first, second in. All right, you're not happy, let's move it. If you're not happy with this stone, let's give it to somebody else and get a stone that you like.
Well, and I think, Vic, honestly, if Val and Carrie had played together longer, those are the things you learn. Whereas a third, you hear that from Carrie, who's questioning the stones, say, yeah, I don't like them, let's get rid of them. Those are just the little things that sometimes it's time.
And the other thing is, too, we're talking about a Val Sweeting accomplished, obviously, 2 Scotties finals, playing as a third. Somebody's usually saying that to her.
She doesn't know how to play the supporting actress role.
Wow, look at that. What a great bit of brush. Now, all the way back and right to the face. Goodness, what a shot. Casey Scheidegger.
What a great throw.
That's good.
It's really good.
I just think it's going to catch that line.
Looked like a carbon copy of Carrie's, really. That curled hard.
We're back four. Okay, back four the whole way. Good.
That's good. That's great.
That's really good. I think this is big too. Carey gets pretty much the exact same throw down the same path.
Yeah, that's different from a year ago in Penticton. But still, Russ says, has controlled the game in a 3-3 tie with Last Rock.
Really go here.
Mayer, Burchard, gotta go. Gotta go.
I don't think so.
No, it won't. Well, look at that. What a wonderful draw by Casey Scheidegger, and the rush by Hyen and Moore. Scheidegger steals her way into the lead. Well, now you can stream full TV series and thousands of hours of Hollywood hits, all totally unlocked with no subscription required. CTV Throwback and movies. You can download the app today. Well, Carrie Einarson is thinking back to last year and her win in Penticton in the wild card. But here in this one, she's down after giving up that steal of one. We go to the 7th with Scheidegger leading it 4-3. And once again, Carrie Einarson out of Gimli will have Last Rock. She has the hammer, playing the Yellow Stones.
I love this call. If there wasn't a 5 rock roll, 4 rock roll, whatever it is, you'd be hitting this thing, you'd be running it back, you'd be trying to get it off that dangerous area on the center line in the scoring area. So they're not only going to try to tap this red enemy rock out of the way, but if they throw this well, they can roll behind the corner guard. Close.
Touch it. And they're going to catch the top. They will.
That's so good.
Well, I think more teams, as time goes by, that's going to be a shot they'll play not in the 10th end of a game, but starting the 2nd or 3rd end of the game. Why not?
Why not is right. Second shot, buried. Front's open.
2. Line is good. 2.
That hit and roll could end up on the scoreboard here, or multiple score.
And then you got to think, if you're the opposition, how do you defend against something like that? Do you have to throw those guards a little higher? Like it brings into it another level of play from the opposition where you have to guard against that.
Well, Scott McDonald, who won the Ontario Tankard over John Epping, out of Kingston originally, but I think he plays out of down southwestern Ontario. I can't remember offhand. But he plays that a lot.
Yeah, almost all the time, exclusively. Yep. Played those soft shots, and look what he did.
Yep, ran the table.
Ran the table, beat Glenn, beat Epping 3 times, beat Charlie Thomas. He beat everybody, but he handled Epping quite easily 3 times.
Well, it's a little bit like when Lisa Weigel started with the tick shot. People didn't know how to defend against it, play against it. It's something new.
Yep.
You're not playing by rote. Yep. You're not giving everybody the expected shot that they think they're going to see at the other end. Throws people a little bit back on their heels, and they have to figure out how to work with it.
Back line. Back line. Little more than line. Little up. Really hard.
Yikes.
Maybe we should let it just grab the couple.
Okay. No.
This is nowhere near.
No. It's fine. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay, that's okay, Shannon.
And overthrows it.
I like the draw.
Keep the pressure on.
That was my first thought too. Like it, yep. Full 12.
So where? Full 12? Yeah. Top 8. Yeah. I like top 12, top 8.
Line's good.
Line's really good.
Considering how
5.
momentum may have shifted here.
We can go past it if we go. Where? Okay, go then. 5. Yep. Hard, Chris. Gotta keep it straight. Straight. Hard! We're back 4. Hard!
They're going to go around their own, take it deep. Just a little rub. Now they're sitting the 2. I mentioned John Epping. He is here, and John is coaching Kerry Galusha's team. And John Epping will be in a similar game when we have the wild card in Brandon. There's the field, headed by, of course, the defending champion Brad Gushue. And Epping will play Brendan Botcher in the wild card game. They the highest ranked teams not in the field. Botcher losing in the semi-final in the Alberta playdown. Big scrub here. Oh goodness, they got it by. Oh, they're going to touch them both, and then it backs up. Still leaves Scheidegger sitting the 1 back edge of the button.
Did it rub? That was so close.
Good job. How'd it go? A little down, and probably 10-5.
No, it didn't.
Oh.
It didn't.
Look at this. She kind of around the horn. If they held it a little straighter, that would have stayed behind the corner guard.
Carrie Ann McTaggart. Moore. Hyen. Where's the roll? Where's the roll? And they'll roll it inside to sit the 2.
It's like there's a ledge out there because that straightened out on them big time. They were panicking to roll out on the inside. Seems to be in tighter where they're getting some curl.
Right double. Yeah, as long as I stick around. That's
remember that yellow hit and roll right off the bat by Brienne when she played that soft hit and roll. That yellow one is now a chance to go on the scoreboard.
I think normal. Okay. Yeah.
Looking at the double shell.
I think so. They said as long as they, so if it happens to hang on them, then they can play the roll behind. They can play the roll on top. They've got a lot of options with it. Just don't roll out.
Yeah. Whoa.
Y'all Sweden.
Whoa, no. Whoa.
All on its own so far. Purchard, Mayer.
Little roll is great.
Just passengers for the ride along. And here's that roll, and it just won't quite get there.
Okay.
Right in the middle. It just hung and hung on them, and they thought they had to roll behind the corner. They came up at the last little bit.
Still not awful, is it? Because it's going to be tough to roll the red one somewhere when they hit this one.
Should leave a double somehow.
Easy. Forward, waves nice. Whoa. Roll it far. Other way. Yeah, far.
Now it starts to go, and look at it bend off that line. And trying to take it over now, trying to avoid any kind of double, and they'll sit the 2.
That works.
Yeah, nicely.
Got it in behind their longer center guard.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
Yeah. Just no curl there.
Couple choices now. You could throw a bullet, hit the right-hand one as we're looking, and kick across.
Nose and roll doesn't
Or you
look
could
terrible.
just tap that.
That or the freeze.
I feel like you've got more opportunity with the freeze than you do with the hit on this ice right now.
What about just tapping that back and rolling to there?
I like that.
You can't hit. You can't throw much weight at that buried one.
I know it's scary to be leaving.
Do you think if we
Like my only other thought was like to just draw. If I tap it, that's okay. I know it looks scary, but like if I do that and she gets under,
we're not good. Yeah. Okay.
Like
I don't mind.
Try back line, but
yeah, and just roll in front here.
Such a long guard.
Like that's not bad. Like a back
no,
line.
like it's it's over buried by like that much for me.
I think just like a back line, Val. Do you like right there?
Yeah, like
I think that should be close.
Shouldn't curl.
I love this call. Even if, you know, it doesn't come up, you hit the back one, you've got them grouped together.
Yeah.
If you could ever get half of that red one, kick it out and roll on top. Ooh.
I like this much better than throwing like the big weight, just because I think you'll get some options with the down weight.
Light, they said, out of her hand.
Janet, back line, Janet. Really hard. Hard, Janet. Hard.
Pritchard now.
Hard. Hard.
Can they get this little tap and roll over on top? And they will sit there. Move the back stone to the back edge of the 8.
Yeah.
Pretty nice soft weight. She sure didn't overthrow it. There's not a lot of curl there. Again, lefty's out turn, but it didn't come up much.
No.
I thought we were just playing them all buried. That's why I said, yeah. That one, I think it was there. Like, they jumped it out of my hand, and it just ran there. So.
Roll your way, Chris.
Yeah.
Well, you heard her say jumped it out of her hand. I mean, if that's the case for the whole week, more pressure on the brushers.
It is. You have to kind of take that. We've talked about it on real straight ice. The brushers have to take that. We've trained them so much to go down on everything right away and make sure you're on it and keep a heavy brush on it. And now it's the opposite. Don't touch it. Take a breath.
Let it start to curl and then try to hold it. Scheidegger, her first. Going to sit right there, and look at that. 1, 2, and 3 at the moment. Without the last rock as we play here in 7.
Just directed it a little.
That's okay. Good weight. And that was
Would you prefer to roll it away, Russ, a little bit?
Yeah, for sure, because now you can come down here, get this one, go back that way, maybe get that back one, and that could, again, bring this thing back into play by just rolling over here. You still got a shot at a 3 here.
Well, and I also think for Carrie, she's not being forced to the draw either. She just gets to play a tap, a little soft hit and roll.
Because I thought I was going to be on the guard, to be honest.
You roll away, and you're probably almost forcing her straight to the draw, which she hasn't been comfortable with this game.
Einarson in her first. Got one. Going to get 2. Here she'll get the back one as well.
10-8.
Great throw. There's just no curl in that spot. Almost.
Shoot.
Sorry, I just overcalled it.
No, that's okay.
Carrie struggled with a couple of draws, a few feet light, a few feet heavy. Wouldn't you love to roll here?
You made that double, though.
Yeah.
Double.
Roll half a rock and make her draw through that
Close is
port.
good, but if we can get under there, that's nice.
Yeah.
You leave it right there. There's a double for 2.
Roll it to the left.
I would think, yeah, either way, but I would go left for sure.
But can you get across the nose to get to the left, Cheryl?
I think you can. The guard's pretty long. So you got the broom down and don't overthrow it. And as you said, don't let the jumpers take or brushers take a breath on it. Don't jump it.
Now they go, because here is that just off center guard. Watch the center line. Can they get across the nose and underneath? Can you get across the nose and underneath? Oh, yes, you can.
Just perfect.
How nice is that?
Sorry, I was kind of calling my own line now. No, that's great, Care.
You have to get it all right, but when you do.
Draw really hard. Shoot.
No, that's good.
Yeah. Here, too much.
Roll? Yep, that's okay though. Great weight, 11. Okay.
Oh, button. We need button.
No gimme here.
14-8, I think.
Virtually no backing.
I think so too.
Okay, guys. So like a 14-5? 14-6 here?
Yeah, 14-8 is kind of what we're thinking. Yeah.
14-8?
Yeah. Should be able to drag this spot pretty nice.
You've given up a steal of 1 in the 6th. Now Scheidegger is sitting 2. You have to draw good 4, full 4. And you see that, 34%.
Hi, back 4 right now.
We're tighter line.
Line's good. Close for line.
It's not light. It's in a quick spot, too.
So Burchard, Mayer, watching, Sweeting, waving, calling them off. All on its own. Get by there first. Now, question is, where will it stop? It has to stop and will slide on through. 2 red it is. 3 straight points stolen. Scheidegger leads it. Well, we talked about a momentum swing. And it's really all in favor now of the team from Lethbridge and Casey Scheidegger. Steal of 1 and 6, steal of 2 and 7, now leads 6-3. Once again, Carrie Einarson will have last rock. She has the hammer playing the Yellowstone as we play lead rocks. As we take a look at the numbers for the 2 leads respectively. Christy Moore on top and Brianne Mayer. Good numbers for the 2.
Yeah, it kind of proves when you look at those numbers at the draws, because they've been throwing a lot of draws, both leads, of course, and so that proves that the draw weight is there to be found. The problem for Carrie, I think, early in the game is she was throwing draws, she couldn't get the right pass, so she was ticking on guards.
Yes, yes.
And then you're never certain, did you throw the right weight? Because you never really see an actual draw finish.
And the kiss of death, right? The minute you say that, she goes back edge of the
yeah, way to go, Cheryl.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, I agree 100%. I think in Carrie's case, it's all happened to every one of us. You get it in a new path, it breaks over, and then you decide it's the rock. So if it's the rock, it's not you. Now the ice gets a little keener. You decide the rocks are fine, but you've been tight on everything, so now you pump that one up a little bit in a really quick spot. That in-turn coming down there in N7 is a really fast lane, and it just happens. She's not far off.
No.
But skips can't be far off.
No, and it's super uncomfortable.
We're back 4.
Just not certain.
Go, go, hard.
Jesse Hyen going around, and we'll tuck a piece behind.
Well, this game's not over yet. You've got 2 things. 5 rock. You've got a game where we've seen misses, so you know you're going to get some opportunities.
As you look at the numbers for the 2 seconds, Shannon Burchard for Carrie Einarson and Jesse Hyen for Casey Scheidegger.
Try to hang around with this run back. You got to protect that scoreboard. You're 3 down here. Yes, you want to run this back, but you need some shrapnel out front.
Mayer, run it back, stuffed it, and stuffed it twice. That's the double stuff. That's the Oreo.
You hungry?
Yes.
Oh, that's bad luck.
Is it ever? Because how do you hit that top red one without jamming it now?
I don't think you can.
Same thing. A little higher. Do we want
Straight pick would be all.
I like it in. Wrap it.
Is a 4 or 5 okay? Yeah, we can come right in. That's pretty good too. Yeah, half topped. Sure. You guys like?
I like.
3 up. You could play the double peel here.
Couple feet less.
It would be a nice result. A little dangerous. Or do you just stay on the offense?
Well, I would think I would make them chase, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I feel like they can kind of taste blood a little bit.
Absolutely. I think they know they're struggling, and especially the skip.
And it's the drawing, so shut down that scoring area, make those draws tougher. She's already second guessing herself out there.
Go. Yep. Chop off. Yes. Watch the chop. Whoa.
Uh-oh. Hole now.
No question.
Where are we going? Yeah. I don't know.
We were all over that. Oh, roll out.
I think it's them. Ever like this right now? Or we played that one?
You could throw out turn through that port, Cheryl. Hit half a rock with the out turn.
This one looks like a better hole. Okay.
Yeah, that one jams all day on the right. Yeah.
Do you like bumper?
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah, that does look better.
Positive release should be nice here.
We haven't seen a lot of inside out.
No, a couple corner guards.
Some people may be wondering, though, why wouldn't you go after shot rock now? They're going after the second shot rock.
No, they actually did change their mind.
Change their mind.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Whoa! Close! Whoa!
Coming through. Oh, goodness. Hey, got the roll towards center line, too.
11-5.
It was almost impossible to get the roll.
You'd have to throw it harder. Yeah, at that speed, you get through the port, that's what it's going to do, isn't it?
Oh, it's barely through the port.
Could be a blessing, though, isn't it? Because it forces Team Scheidegger to get through that port. If they ever wreck on that yellow guard, that opens up the red one.
Kind of like this ice with control.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wrap the reds okay?
Yeah, they know not the yellow.
Carrie Ann McTaggart, third stone as we play here in 8.
Yes!
Staying with it. High in, more. Now, coming through. Have you got the hole? They're coming through. Oh, yard. Oh! And they're sitting 2 without.
Oh, that was pretty good.
She looks soft. I did not disagree with you. Like, I didn't go hard, but I want to go a little bit.
No, I think that's fine.
Good sweep.
Really good
She
shot.
just didn't
I
need
think we
to go on
mentioned
it.
earlier, one of the most underrated players in the game.
Well, and just has the ability to come up with the big ones when you really, really need it. Some pretty clutch shots. A freeze when you have to have it.
10. Clean. 10-5.
It's a weapon.
Yes!
Boy, right away. Look at him go now. Burchard Mayhew. Look at him go. Look at him go. Stay with it. Stay with it. Stay with it. And again, got the roll across and underneath. Goodness.
Really good.
Oh, she rolled to probably the best spot.
Wait till you see my face.
That was a good response to a great shot by Carrie Ann.
And then I was like, hard to get behind her face.
Hey.
Great shot. Girl. Sorry, obviously, it was more like 10-5. It wasn't a 10-5. Yeah. Even 10-7, like, it wasn't terrible.
Wait though, even. Just to tap it into there.
Like if they roll any further, there's a short little run. It's a perfect spot.
Yep.
Is it ever?
That's what I see is that. I just want to throw enough to kill both if I'm going to jam it. On the back yellow.
Yeah, this one you mean.
9?
Sure.
Dangerous little play here. You high side this and get your own in the rings. Carrie's drawing for 3 buried.
As we take a look at the numbers for the thirds. Carrie Ann McTaggart for Casey Scheidegger. And Val Sweeting for Carrie Einarson.
Remember, these guys had a chance to peel earlier and they tried to stay on the offense.
Yeah.
Still might work. Slight angle here. It's kind of a natural, almost half a rock.
All about the line call now. All about this line call. Scheidegger, angle it back. Off your own, you're going to get the shot rock and push it back and sit almost frozen and sitting the 2 and behind cover.
There we go. 3 buried, possibly.
Yeah. Okay, we got sinners.
This was close. Just had to curl up a touch more.
Yeah, really close.
Yeah, it's
Oh, that kid was falling.
you can see the reasoning by staying aggressive when they got that steal of 2 and you maybe pounce on your opposition before they get off the mat. But scoreboard said hit something.
Felt close, and you're in the good stuff. In the good
Top
stuff.
4 here, top 8 even.
Hey, go then. Try to make it.
Gotta go, they say. So Mayer and Burchard with a big carry.
Line's really good.
Gotta go a little bit.
Yep.
And in they come, and around that center they go. Oh, they're sitting the 3. Okay, let's go back though, because Russ said earlier, what do you do if you're Scheidegger? And both you and I said, keep going at him, keep going at him. Now you step back with the perfect vision, and you go, maybe.
So 2 people were wrong in that case.
Oh, Vic.
No, it's certainly not wrong, because you, as a skip, and when you skip for a long period of time, you get those situations where you go, hey, I got him here. This, and that's what you were saying. They're in trouble. Skipper's not drawing well. We just stole 2. We've won 3 ends in a row. Let's keep the pedal down. But really, scoreboard tells you what to do. 3 up. It was a pretty easy double peel, and then you've got probably a blank coming up, which would have been a huge victory. Narrow it down to a 2-end game with a 3-point lead.
This sounds like the lecture I would get after I'd come off a loss when I was up 3 points. This sounds exactly. I'm having like flashbacks to my coach.
I watched Team Scheidegger bury one steal here.
And then wait till I step up.
A little unlucky in that last one. For the angle raise for Carey. Taking out their own. That was a little unlucky, but it was definitely there.
It's close. Line. Yeah, nice. Whoa, line only.
Stacey Scheidegger and her first.
Can't bounce.
Perfect speed. They got to get at the curl.
Gotta curl a ton, no bounce.
Curl a ton. Oh boy, and it just will not.
Yikes.
And all the way back. So let's take a look at the numbers for the 2 skips. Oh, Scheidegger, her drop percentage better than certainly Einarson and overall. But Einarson at this moment, with her 2 to play, really has a good end. Setting up player numbers brought to you by New Holland. #TogetherBlue.
But this is what we talked about, even with Carey struggling, with her draws out here. We talked about the fact that the ice is tricky, and just stick with it. She's going to have a chance here for a possible 4.
Anything light here, you can't leave that same lane for Scheidegger to get in here and take everything away. Even if it's a draw for 2, it's still advantage Scheidegger. So even if this is short, you can tap it for 4 later, make them go the other way.
15's perfect.
What an opportunity. Make this good, Cheryl. You almost need a freeze on the other intern side to take the end away.
Well, I think it's nice for Carey to get a draw that's not do or die. She's got some options on where she leaves this. It doesn't have to be to the pin perfect.
Line's great. Go. Go, Top 12. Just here. Hands up. Not curling it up.
Just tracks out that wide, eh?
Boy, just look at it fall now.
Go.
They thought top 12, that's what they were calling. And they're coming in a little deeper. And right to the top edge of the 8. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, I did not think they were going to get that there. Well, I think it's so straight it carries a long way.
Yeah, there's almost a shelf out wide enough, and then it's that much quicker because of it.
Yeah.
That's right where we drew it. Perfect shot.
Good. Okay. 16-3.
Yeah.
It's freaking fast.
16-3. That's fast.
That's unreal.
It's a top 8 foot.
Is that there?
Yeah, the triple might be there, Cheryl, if you squeeze that guard.
You get 2 probably. Okay.
Hold them to 3. I don't mind to get as close to nose as we can. Yeah. Or the only other thing is to freeze on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't
I
quite
think
have all
holding
of
them to 3 would be a
all the time.
victory.
Yeah.
The freeze might hold him to 2.
Or give them 5.
Well, I mean, yeah.
The triple's
past
there.
It does. Like,
Yeah,
that's
I
our
like
other
that.
Option is to come here.
You just told me to play the scoreboard. So,
Yeah, it's about time.
hit.
It's stupid to try to come here through this hole. It's not I don't like that. Do you like the freeze on this or that? You can run this and try to get 3 of them.
Even if you
just got 2.
Yeah.
Not the end of the world.
Voice of reason.
Or we freeze here.
Good reason, Susan.
It's kind of the same, really, at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
Because we get 2 of those. You can see like this. That's what you can see.
Yeah, whatever you're seeing.
Okay.
And I think that nut downs it, right?
I think so, yeah.
So they don't think they can see enough of that left-hand yellow.
This
It
one has
needs
You
to
can
go
make it that way though too,
Well,
right?
hit it high
Until the
side.
8 and the-
Right, Cheryl, you're right. I think
You
they're
do
trying
know
to hit
that
it
draw
this
spot.
way,
Yeah, no.
Whatever.
but
What do you
Like
they
got
can
back
actually
here?
hit it that way.
Yes.
This one's
Over
gone.
there.
The thrown one, the raised one's gone, and this
That's
rock
still a draw
here
for 3 though,
will
right?
spin.
Yeah.
It should spin out.
And with any speed, it just has to get out of the 8-foot.
Well, yeah. Is it still
Therefore,
3?
there's lots of room.
I think so.
Might be just 2. It's close.
Whatever you like, Casey. Either one's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever
My
you
gut
think you
was
know
this
better.
freeze.
Yeah, we've played it a lot.
So the first of the 2 90-second timeouts taken by Casey Scheidegger.
I'm sure Casey will be close on this, and it's not the wrong call, but
I'm just,
she's a wonderful
I'm
hitter.
just thinking like
Susan suggested even if you get 2, which she could easily do on that hit, this is a foot heavy. It's a hit for 5. 2 feet light. It's a draw for 5.
like I don't want to do whatever you want, but yeah.
Not wrong.
I'm okay with this. We've played this
I don't
a lot.
like the hit. I like this.
I like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't like the hit, so that says a lot to me.
Yep. Yeah,
Needs to stay in
exactly.
Here, I think.
So we're going to try and corner freeze to the shot rock.
Yes.
Center line top 8. And as you say, depending on how tight it is, if they can really put it on the corner, they may be in fact second shot.
Room right now.
I wanted.
Gate's closed.
Hey, room. No bump.
Gate's good. We're right to it.
Hey, room.
Right
All
to
in
it.
the
Room.
rush now.
No
Jesse
bump,
Hine
no bump.
and
You gotta
Christy
get to it.
Moore.
Line's good. Right to it.
Carrie Ann McTaggart calling line right to it, ladies.
Hard.
Take it down all the way. Now put it right on the
No
corner.
bump. Hard. Go,
No
go,
bounce.
go,
Take
go,
it
go,
down.
go, go, go,
How do you
go.
like this? How do you like me now?
Oh, how good is that?
Nice shot, Casey.
Very nice. Atta
Man.
girl.
She wanted that shot.
So you guys were right all along.
Called me. We were. Weren't we, Vic?
Now it's close. I
Plus,
think
don't know if that
I think second
doesn't
shot is
change
actually
your
a yellow
shot,
going down
but-
the back here.
Yeah,
Like
I
that
might
just
agree.
Just
Bump
looking
that
at
in?
the white around the back edge of the
yeah,
stone.
tapper we can draw this way.
Try
whichever.
just through this path.
Be a
I
shot
think
for
it
3.
Okay.
I think right there.
3 to
Take it.
tie.
Are we trying to
If you're
tap
Scheidegger,
the
you get
outside
last
of it?
rock back playing 9.
Yeah, it's one of those cases. I think both teams are going to be happy. Could have been a 5, and they should be tied with Hammer, which isn't too bad. But obviously, Einarson's happy with a 3 if she can tap this up.
Try not to jump it. Yeah.
In theory, they
Do
could
you
have
guys
brushed
like
that a
it?
hair more
Yeah,
and,
it's happy.
and got second
Oh,
shot,
do
but
we
it would have been
ever try
dangerous.
this Slash for 4.
Okay, and there's
Freeze here's big.
I think if we can get if this is for 3, then let's
Yeah.
do it. It is.
It's
huge.
close. On there, it looks like it's them. Hey.
Make sure the 2.
Yeah.
So let's just do that.
well, I mean, they think that that red stone is second shot. From our overhead, it doesn't look like it. But the key thing said between the front end, Mayer and Burchard, we'll try not to jump it. Coming back to what you say, if you just can wait till it starts to curl.
Pretty light.
If you jump it,
Really
then it
light.
tends to want to run a little straighter.
Mark,
Final
Mark,
stone. Right now, you're sitting 1, possibly 2. Do you have a third in your pocket here to tie it?
Okay, it's gone. It's on the guard.
And no, they won't. She just
I don't like
cannot
that rock.
find the draw weight to save her life. And now they'll take the measure.
I don't like that rock.
Yeah, but then
Like that was pretty.
you didn't like it in the first, you didn't like it in the
measure,
second,
please.
and here we are playing an 8.
And I think she needs some support from her team on it. Just somebody to jump on board and say, yeah, let's get rid of it.
Like I thought short.
So we'll have our first measure.
But I'm happy that you.
No, I'm glad you said it. You gotta. When I looked in the hack, I hated the hit.
Yeah.
More. And that's what I
You're
felt.
right.
Like my gut was.
It's so straight there. You probably just get 1, honestly.
I don't think I would have got both.
No, you probably just straight.
I don't think I hit any of the.
It's so hard to
Yeah.
come close to that guard. Yeah, let's do it.
to the Einarson stone. Scheidegger stone. And it is 2 yellow, 2 for Einarson. It was there for 3 to tie. Scheidegger has last rock and the lead. Friday night wild card, the play in game here at the Scotties. One of these 2 teams will join the field of 15 already there for a 16th team from Sydney, Nova Scotia. 6-5. Casey Scheidegger, Lethbridge leads it. Missed opportunity for Carrie Einarson to get in for a third, settles for the deuce. So Scheidegger has the lead. She also has the last rock. She has the hammer playing the red stone. Interesting that the center guard went up, Russ, and then Scheidegger decided to play away to the wings, to the T line in the 12, rather than play the Weagle or the tick.
Yeah, the tick would definitely work. We got to get this by.
Oh.
Might be out. Tick would have worked. There it is there. If you do that twice, it would have been an even better result.
Well, that's a pretty nice shot, though.
Gertz the shot rock, too.
I thought she was on that top guard.
Yeah, what would you have done there? Played the tick twice, or what they did? Open side?
Open side, I think.
You like it? Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I liked it.
Yeah.
You guys just aren't on the same page here. I don't know.
It's kind of fun.
Okay, we're top 12. Line's good. Well then. Top 12. Well then. Looks deeper.
I think sometimes it depends on your lead, and if the rock you're ticking's in the spot that you know really well, maybe it's in a spot you're not used to, or a swinging spot, or it's really high in a straight spot. So it's a gut call, really. It's no different than playing golf, where do I go for it over the water, or do I lay up?
Yeah.
You might change your mind every single time you play the hole.
And I find this ice would be harder to tick on. Now I'm arguing with myself, but I find this ice would be harder to tick on because the minute you overthrow it, it runs straight.
It doesn't go. Yeah.
You don't get that finish.
Clean only, very lightly.
Scheidegger checking over her shoulder here. This angle's back. She might get the stone at the edge of the 12, but goes across the top, opens it up.
You're all right.
This is always kind of the scary end for Carrie Einarson's team, because they're trying to force, and you might get a steal because you get a mistake out of it. But when you're trying to force, as you can see, she's ignoring a bunch of the Scheidegger stones, and we've seen more of these ends end up where you force them to 3.
It would certainly too, with that red one buried.
Line's good. Line's good. Wait on lead. Line's great. Lead's good. Halfway. Wait on lead. No.
I always find it fascinating, this situation where, in this case, Scheidegger just might change gears here with that red one buried. Later on, they're going to peel for a while, but maybe get down to the Vice's last rock, Skip's first rock. You might loop around, tap that out, sit 2. Take your chances. Even if you give up a steal here, it's not that bad.
Kind of just like 1. Sure. Or what do you think?
The guards almost seem easy on this ice. I mean, that's dead buried. It's perfect behind that.
Really? Really?
Try to get that corner yellow again.
Straight up. Hard! Straight up. Hard! Shooter! Yep. Go.
Rolls another one over to cover second shot rock.
Yep. It's normal for this side.
Line's a little tighter. 2, 3. Line's tighter. Yeah, line.
Val Sweeting.
2. Line's good. Okay, line's good. 2. Easy. Line's nice. A little later than Shannon's. Okay. Shannon's wrong. Yep. Hard finish. Halfway. Hard. Over
the line. Over the line.
Over. Go.
Great brush, great judgment. Leaves a
Nice
corner.
Bell. That's good.
Small corner. Do you ever like that?
Yeah, debatable now, isn't it? It's straight there, and even if you make it, that's a pretty nice guard.
Anything. Just the peel is fine. Okay.
Yeah, I like that call.
Good. I like just the peel.
Sure.
It teases you, that corner.
It does. It does. You see that little sliver and you try to figure out how you chase because it's a rock you can't outdraw. It's in a pretty good spot, so if you get a chance at it, you'd like to
Close
chase
to the
it.
yellow here.
Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh.
Nice.
And now they
Atta
punched
girl.
it back, and
Okay.
Really nice.
second shot now is available.
That might change things because it's dangerous to guard it now. You
I
could
like the
freeze
front.
and force him to a single.
Okay, I think like a 14-7.
Yeah, that worked really well for
Yeah, it should
Scheidegger's
slide
team.
okay.
It's either that or you play this hit and roll.
That's not bad too.
What are you feeling? Might leave a double.
I like the freeze. Okay, freeze is good.
Explain why
Yeah, 14-7-ish.
this is better for Scheidegger's team.
Oh, because now she's sitting 2, and now they've forced Carrie to chase them. They can't just go up and throw the guard.
Okay.
Because if they were sitting only 1, Carrie'd go back up and throw that guard again. But now by sitting 2, Carrie's got to chase them. So now it's open. Shot stone will be wide open.
It's trying. No. Still has to come down. No. We're past that one still.
Haven't seen a lot to the wings.
But we know when it goes to the wings on arena ice, that's what it does, Cheryl, doesn't it?
Oh, yes.
13-6.
I've never, ever
Judge.
seen it slower inside out.
Nope.
It might be similar, but it's usually faster.
Faster. It's because it's the better ice. It's not worn down like the slide path is.
I like nose, a little roll, that was fine.
Yikes.
Okay.
I think if she noses, we just play the freeze.
Okay, we know the spot real well.
This is right where Casey threw?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Take the nose hit, or where do you want to roll?
I think dead on's fine,
Really
Victor.
hard. Let it go, Jess. Hard.
Jess, Jesse Hyen, Christy Moore, bang. Oh, catcher? No, and slides underneath.
Just a little in.
Yeah, that's
Good
okay.
sweep, guys.
Got it. Inside and started.
Sorry, buddy. You just slid a little wide and got it
It's
soft.
a big deal that she got it, though. The center's open for them. They've got the hammer.
I like that time.
Carrie Ann's
Good. Val
first
was
one
right.
worked out very well.
Just through. With 14-4?
But still a chance for Carrie for the force.
No question.
Get this freeze locked on.
She made a beautiful draw with her first one last end, top 8.
You gotta care.
Back four right now. Close your lines. Close. Yep. I don't hate it. Wait on this. Close. Little tap. Whoa. Whoa then. Whoa. Yeah. Back 8.
Needs to make a draw.
Line's great. Yep. Line a bit. Yep. Yep. Hard for line.
Boy, oh boy.
No, we're past there.
Whoa.
Oh, they did. Now it over curls.
I think it's them.
Still appears to be red that shot.
Turn, great weight. Good.
Great throw.
Oh, she had the weight perfect.
Ah, shoot.
It's like it hit kind of a line, and then they couldn't hold it.
What was that?
14-3.
It went sideways, Russ. Like that's like it almost picked.
Well, remember Val's. Obviously, Val was 8 feet faster, deeper, but it didn't curl at all.
No, I don't know. This looked really weird at the end.
You're caught in between. I thought it
So
was.
they still think that Shot Rock is Einarson?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
It's really
Looks like it
close.
may be, you know.
This makes sense either way.
Does it?
It is.
Yeah, well, you could go open side, but locking one in there is pretty good too.
Just down to the corner of Einarson Stone?
Yeah, and they know it.
Okay.
Line's good.
Scheidegger
Where?
first.
Hey,
All the way for Hyen and Moore. All the way now. Guards coming up quickly. Really coming up. Really coming up. Oh! Now if they can just have enough. Oh, it will not, but it is the shot rock. How they got it by that guard.
I didn't think I think they're really hoping to try and touch it. They could sit too.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, really close.
Take a little sip of your water.
That one broke early too, Cheryl.
Yeah, it's funny the spot. It's like it grabs.
It's like we said at the start of the first couple ends, there's a little more curl from the center line away. Pretty nice shot, just the same.
Thought we were just going to do it. Yeah. I'm down. Great shot, though, buddy. Thanks. Okay.
Great.
So something?
Yeah, so just a couple
15
feet.
too, okay?
Yeah, I got 15, so just a couple feet less than what you're really close. Really close. Just a hair less, and you're golden.
38% now. She's come up a little bit. Einarson.
She just made her last one. So she'll have pretty good feel in this spot.
That's just a hair less.
T-line right now.
Looks like more. Quite a bit at the end.
Line's fine. Whoa, easy. Line's good. Line's great. All you.
All you.
We can wait a little bit.
All you, Bircher.
Line's really good.
All you, Mayor.
All you.
Whoa.
Yep. Hard. Count down.
We're tapping a little bit.
Whoa.
You needed a couple of great draws, and goodness.
Just perfect.
No better time for Carrie Einarson.
That was all really good.
Hey, you got one.
Yeah.
Real good.
That front end, though, the talking all the way down the sheet. Brianne Muir was saying, we can wait, we can hold.
Count down.
We're tapping a little bit.
Whoa. No.
Really good judgment by the front end.
Hey.
I think this comes back a little.
2.
I think just 2.
Is that gonna get you second shot?
Yeah, or are we coming into here and taking that out?
Yeah.
That wouldn't be good.
Well, I don't mind playing this.
Is there any way we can give up 2?
No, because you should be eliminating
I think
this.
it always comes back onto this.
Yeah.
Okay, try it.
It's probably worth it, Cheryl. If you miss it, you're tied with Hammer. If you make it, you're 3 up. I don't think they can score 3, and I don't think you can hurt yourself, can you?
No, I don't see any way.
Could you hit it super thin, kill your red? That'd be hard.
The red's likely touching the yellow in behind it, no?
Yeah, it will.
I like it.
And even if you gave up, even if it didn't come up and you give up a steal.
Yeah, exactly.
You're tied with.
You got whatever, 80% chance of winning. I like the call.
Final stone, short. In off. Casey Scheidegger. All on its own so far. Nothing, says McTaggart. Don't touch it, says McTaggart. What do you got? Come across, and they are going to give up the 1. So that was the gamble. And Einarson will steal here in 9. And guess what? We're going to go to the 9th all-time. Well, we saw the first tick, and it comes here in 10 as Christy Moore plays the tick on that stone, actually raises it in, so now Scheidegger can make a play. As we go to this 10th, the play-in game, the wild card game of this year's Scotties here in Sydney, tied at 6. And Casey Scheidegger does have the last drop. She has the hammer playing the red stone.
Interesting situation there. You play the tick the first time because you want to keep the front open, Cheryl.
Yes.
And that nibbler they just hit, albeit not wrong, but why would you leave a center guard when you've got a chance to win the game here? What would you have done there?
Yeah, played the tick
again.
I would have. It just, It's the only rock that's going to get you in trouble.
If that nibbler was going to beat you, you're not going to make a very good last shot.
You don't have a lot of good chance the rest of this field.
Like to go. Yeah, a bit. Yep. Maybe top 12. Yep. Gotta go.
Pretty nice situation for the steal here now.
Good. You got room right now. Val's rock. Still gotta go. Really good. Hard. Tight. Val's rock. Val's rock. Tight. Top 12 or top 12? Top 8. Top 8. Yep.
Val's rock. And
Whoa. Sorry. That's good.
now Sweeting will try and guide it over and buried. Time for the game story. Now we're tied at 6, and the draw weight for Kerry Einarson has been a problem. Third heavy, light in 6 and 8. But then again, those last 2 stones of Einarson in 9, great draws, led to that steal of 1. That's how we are tied at 6. The game story brought to you by Tim Hortons. It is the official coffee of Curling Canada.
Oh, hats off to Kerry Einarson. You know, we've all been in that situation. Look out. Where's that red one going?
Oh.
Go. We've all been there where, you know, if you're playing great and you miss a draw, you're kind of like, well, you know, I can't make them all. And you just kind of slough it off. Kerry struggled. She really has with draw weight. And, you know, being a great team player, she's thinking, oh, I'm letting the girls down. So to turn around and make 2 absolute perfect freezes, which were game savers.
They were.
Last end. That was really well done under the circumstances.
Yeah, a bit for line. Clear 2. Line's good, guys. Line's good. Gotta go for depth. Yep. Gotta finish. Halfway. Hard, halfway. Hard. Hard. Hard finish. Hard. Right over. Hard, you got it. Go. Thanks. Atta girl.
So going up to take the guard, if you are Scheidegger, you just do this and do this and do this.
Just keep it open and try and give yourself a chance. And then Kerry will have to make a decision because that shot of hers that's top 8 foot isn't good enough. Scheidegger can outdraw it, so she's probably going to have to tap it, which could give you a chance.
Tap or some type of come around, one or the other. You're right. Outturn draws pretty well eliminated too for Scheidegger also. So she's only got that intern side to play with.
A little less than easy. 1, 2. Hard, Shannon, Brooke. Shannon's rock. Kicking it out. Hard. Hard. Halfway. Hard. Finish. Line only. Hard.
Boy, again,
Hard.
trying to be so precise with the guard. And did well to drag it across. Now it's long. Could you get to shot rock? Would you avoid the guard in this case?
I think you would. It's so long that it's almost not a guard.
I've got a quarter. Okay.
So I think I might chase.
But I have to call it a guard. What else would you want me to call that?
It's a guard.
It's a guard.
It's a really long guard.
Okay.
I'd be tempted to go after it, Cheryl, for sure.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it's
I would, because you've got the chance, and they're talking about it.
I just think that one's only full 8 and she can outdraw it. Casey can right now.
Well, she's going to go and tap it eventually.
Do we want a timeout?
Sure. Or you can just go talk to her.
I think that's the discussion is if they tap it, it could be a very tough draw for Casey. So maybe you get your chance at it now, because where do they go? They probably throw double guards. You play a double peel.
What was your gut? I can see both.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't want to play board and block my intern draw.
Okay, so peel. Okay.
I'm with you, Cheryl. If you come down here and tap that to there, the double's made. You will not be shot rocked. There's a back yellow one. Now you have to draw maybe to the pin. If the tap's made properly, I think you take your chance now and go after that shot rock. You hit it, you're shot rock, then you can roll out and win. It's all personal preference.
Yep. Clean. Good care.
throw. Looks like a good cream.
You heard Carrie Ann say, well, we've got
You got it.
touch the forefoot on intern side still available, so she's quite confident with that, but it's not her that's throwing it.
It's always easy for the other guy. She's just holding the broom.
That's nice. 2, 3.
Val Sweeting.
Sweet's good. Hey, clean it.
Weight's nice.
Weight only, running.
Mayor.
Line's nice. Line's good. A little bit. Curling down. Weight only. How's line? Line's coming down, so 3 line finish a bit. Halfway. Yep. Halfway, a little deeper than half. Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Good. That'll go.
Oh,
Very
he
nice.
covers it perfectly.
Good pair. Good feet. Good call.
Would you ever try to run it back?
Sure. Yeah, we have
Or
both,
would you be
right?
afraid that you'd maybe jam it?
I think that's it, right? You don't want to ever leave the center guard there. You can try it, but call it careful. Make sure you're hitting it high side that you roll.
Hard shooter.
Like that. And they do jam it at the back. So
Good sweep.
shot rock, though, still there. And timeout is being called by Einarson.
What do you think, Ken?
We wanted to hit, right? So if I'm throwing a guard,
Coach Patty Boutre.
are we thinking just guard and then let her, do you think she'll peel or?
Well, I think we guard.
Yeah.
And I
then
think
on the next
she might try the draw, but she hangs it out. Do we ever just over curl the draw hair so that we can tap? If we have to.
over curl the guard.
Over curl the
Yeah,
guard,
like-
you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Do that.
Well, I don't want to go too, yeah.
No, not too
no.
far, so that if she chases it, like we can still make a good one here. I mean, just like, I don't know, just a thought. Or do we just dead guard it? Hope she doesn't make the perfect one here, which is hard. Draw, but I don't mind the guard.
I like the guard
Yeah.
in this one, yeah.
I'm just thinking, yeah, because if we go in the house, she's gonna play a double, and then
Yeah.
we're gonna be
Open house.
coming around this one.
Yeah. To here
And no, we haven't seen that path
Yeah.
really, so
okay. All
But I
right.
like Val's too. Idea is maybe just
leaving it
like
a little open.
just a little,
About 2 shots. Like
give a teaser.
chasing that
Yeah,
too.
True.
Yeah, just give a teaser.
Yeah, let's go the ice for the
just
straight
gives you
guard,
two
but then we
options
can
on
always
the
finish
left
it if
one,
we
too,
have a
in
nice
case
one. Does something.
It's a smart suggestion by Val. You heard her say just leave maybe a sliver open, and you hate as a skip to have two shots in your mind, right? And you'd be thinking, well, I could see a little bit, I could chase it, or I could just play the straight draw.
Crafty.
Yeah, it's very veteran.
Got it.
But I like that you've got to guard the good one, the one that's going to win you the
Speed's
game.
about the same. It comes down to touch the end, but that's just sweeping difference that we can do. Okay. Yeah.
You might see
Just getting a hair slower, but only a couple feet.
you might see Casey come around with the next one.
I think so. If she makes this guard good, if Carrie makes it good, that's probably what Scheidegger has to do. You're probably drawing on your last, and you may want to get a feel.
I think you gotta go a bit. Line's good. 2. Hey, line's good. Yep.
Not
Yeah,
heavy.
line's really good. You got room if you're high. No, line's good. High, so we should probably switch, eh? Yep. Hard. Yep.
Get it to that center line.
Go. Really hard.
And just now, do you go after shot rock?
That's good.
You have to be shot rock. So either hit that one or go around it.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it gives you
Because
lots
then
of
I
room.
have that out turn too.
Yeah.
I think if there's a little more swing, the out turn hit through the port would be the best call. It's pretty straight in that lane.
Yeah, the ice just isn't giving you that. This is good for Casey. She gets, you know, a one draw under her belt. You know she's drawing on the last most likely, so.
Just top 4 half buried here forces team Einarson to actually hit it, and then you do it again, right? Can't be deep. She made the freeze in this almost same spot, just a hair wider now to get around that rock she froze to.
Draw weight 66% so far for Casey Scheidegger.
Go
Love the line. Now it's up to Hyatt and Moore. Love the line here. They were calling top 4. A little bit more left in this. Oh, yes, sir.
Oh, the line was perfect. It came down on them.
Yeah, it did.
They thought it was there.
Well, you're seeing some tired rushers.
They have worked hard, Vic.
Dead on, boy. It's going to be tough because then there's a simple double, but you're rolling out. You lose the game. Dead on. You got to go really wide, Cheryl. You might have to tap that red tight corner guard in like they did earlier in the game.
Einarson has called a timeout, so allow her a little extra just to settle herself.
Might be, if you hit it absolutely perfectly dead on, there might be a double and stay for shot. You roll an inch wide, there won't be.
No.
So final stone. 4. Carrie Einarson. Val Sweeting calling line. Now Burchard. Burchard with it. And Burchard staying with it. Burchard all the way down. Watch out. Oh, and away it goes. So you're going to get a second chance, and timeout now being called by Scheidegger.
It's just not forgiving on the hits.
No, it's not. It's very release sensitive, isn't it?
Sorry. She didn't overthrow that either.
No.
That's why you threw the draw on the first one. Give yourself a chance. She played this path, exact same broom.
Yeah. An inch more ice. Okay, I like it.
And the crowd very appreciative.
Yeah.
We've seen a well-played game now. You know, well-played, not necessarily so. I mean, we've seen some struggles, but a competitive, close game that looked a little bit out of reach after 4, and then Scheidegger coming back, and here we are. A draw to put yourself into the Scotties as the 16th and final team. Have to be shot rock, fully piece of the 4. And if you're Jesse Hyen and Christy Moore, you're digging deep now for any bit of energy you may have left. Carrie Ann McTaggart calling line. Like it. Scheidegger, Alberta champion a year ago, trying to get into the Scotties for a second straight year. And McTaggart, arm goes up, and to the 4th foot they go.
Very nice shot.
Casey Scheidegger and the team from Lethbridge with Christy Moore, Jesse Hyen, and Carrie Ann McTaggart will fill out the field. And they will become the number 3 seed on the B pool, joining Jones, Silvernagel out of Saskatchewan. Bird is back, Galusha. Andrea Crawford is home again in New Brunswick. Baldwin from the Yukon, and then Sharp from Newfoundland Labrador. And Carrie Einarson out of Gimli will go home. Last year's Scotties runner-up is eliminated in the wild card.
The 2019 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by Cashmere Bathroom Tissue. Nothing feels like cashmere. The 2019 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures. By Tim Hortons, official coffee of Curling Canada. And by Home Hardware. Here's how.
Well, Casey and Jesse have come through a lot of the curling wars together, and now they'll go together into the Scotties here in Sydney, filling out the field of 16. And it all begins tomorrow afternoon, Saturday at 1:30 Eastern Time, as it'll be the North against the South Krista McCarley, Thunder Bay against Rachel Homan, the Olympian. #1 seed, outstanding season on the World Curling Tour when we begin play. So congratulations to Casey Scheidegger. We thank Carrie Einarson and wish her a safe trip home to Gimli. Till we talk with you again tomorrow here on Canada Sports Leader, TSN.